Hi, I'm Dr. Andre from Oxford Natural. If you're looking to make a change, improve metabolism, energy, sleep, take Optimum Day and Optimum Night.
These have helped me so much in my weight loss journey. The Optimum Day helps you with your metabolism burn during the day, and the Optimum Night helps you to have a good night's sleep. These have been brilliant for me. And if you're interested,
Take our 90-day challenge.
click the link in the description and you can get 70% off with your first order.
Hey guys, welcome back to DR Sports, and what a day of football it has already been, with Spurs dropping late points to Brighton just minutes ago, and now we turn our attention to the big game of the evening. It is two sides who have really flattered to deceive as of late. A Chelsea side winless in the league since March, and a Man United side who seemed like everything was on the up and up with Carrick, but hit a road bump against Bournemouth and got absolutely slapped back down to reality by their bitter rivals Leeds United on Monday. And as always, we do have a great esteemed panel to go through with. On my right, I have my man Don. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been the week's gone really quickly for me. But yeah, I'm not feeling confident today. We'll talk about it why in a second, sorry, but I'm not feeling confident at all, bro.
Care to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, like you just said, we haven't won since March. We haven't scored a goal since the Villa game. You know, we lost against Everton, no goals. Lost against Newcastle, no goals. Got battered by Man City last week. We've dropped about 23 points at home. I'm just not confident today, bro. I'm not confident. I don't care who's coming for them at the back. We'll talk about the lineups, Mazwari and whatnot, but I've seen this team just not take gifts, bro. You know what I mean? They don't like taking gifts. You know what I'm saying, bro? So I'm not confident today, man. I'm not confident today.
And on my left, we have the Man United correspondent who's going to go through everything Man United, the failures of late, and potentially the resurrection today. It's my boy Marcel to my left. How you doing today, my friend?
Big up, James, man. Big up, James. You know, I don't really like what you said about, we've been battered by bitter rivals. You're not our bitter rivals. You're just not, okay? It's a historical, back-in-the-day term that we use for teams that, have just come from the championship, minimal history.
Minimal history.
It's meant to be a high-level rivalry, but it's not the same anymore now. It was a good win from you guys, and we were just like rusty, I would say. 23 days without a game of football. Obviously, some of the players have played international football as well, James, but we were just well off it, and I don't think that kind of result would happen again.
Well, listen, you said a couple of things which I fervently disagree with. First of all, I mean, there's only one United in town, arguably, and it's Leeds United. But we will keep the bias aside for this. We are an independent adjudicator today. But it was a brutal game that you did suffer. And to say that we have no history, once again, I think you need to do a bit of research on the history of Man United and all of the years of success under Ferguson, or should I say the years of non-success under Ferguson before he eventually won that league title, and who made the switch from which club after pipping you in 1992, the real class of 92, some might say, in order for you guys to go on and have unparalleled success in the league. But since then, it has gone a little bit downhill, but you have managed to get yourself back into top 5 contention, as have Chelsea, even though things have kind of fallen off as of late. How are you feeling this week? I know I spoke to you last week after the City game. You're a little bit doom and gloom. You were quite happy in a certain way because it was taking points away from or giving points to a rival, to Arsenal. But now you've had a week to reflect on that from a Chelsea perspective. How are you feeling in terms of your ability to retain a top 5 spot this season?
I'm not confident, bro, at all. I just feel like, there's been so many games that we've just blown away, bro. Like, I can think of Leeds when we played you lot, was beating you lot 2-0. The Newcastle game, like I said, was just pathetic, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at the minute, a lot of these players, they're just not really showing that grit, showing that heart. I saw a few quotes from Palmer before the game today, talking about, we really need to make Champions League, and, the owners have big ambitions. We want to win stuff here, but they're not showing it on the pitch, bro. This is just all talk. Because when I'm watching these guys, we can see the goal and they just capitulate. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like we get banged in the face and then we're like this. And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 2-3, finished. You know what I'm saying? Game done. So I'm just like ready for the season to be done. That's where I'm at right now. Obviously, we've got these man next week at Wembley, and thank the Lord, I'm gonna be there for that one.
Come on.
I'm hoping that we can finally get something domestically, because it's been years, bro. Ironically, the last time we won anything in England, was against you, man, FA Cup. Right? That's the last time at Wembley, bro. But in terms of the league, bro, I just feel like these lot just don't really want it. They're saying they want it, but they're not showing it on the pitch, bro. They're really not.
Well, speaking of the pitch, I think it's a perfect segue to get into your starting 11. We are going to start with the home side today, Chelsea.
Yep.
We're going to start with Sanchez in goal. Malo Gusto coming in at right back. Fofana and Hato partnering in the centre-back positions. Cucurella at left back. Enzo Fernandez back in the team. That's a big one, partnering up with Caicedo in the double pivot. We've got Esteban, Palmer and Neto behind Delap up front.
Yep.
Two big things to talk about. First of all, Enzo Fernandez back in the team. What have you made of that so far in the whole debacle that's followed him?
You know what? I was saying this a few weeks ago. I was actually quite happy that he came out twerking for Madrid because he had to. Bro, it's about time. I'm sorry, you find it funny, but bro, it's about time that the players start to put pressure on these owners because we can't be stuck on this roundabout after spending all this money where we're nowhere near competing, bro. When I'm looking at Arsenal and they're not even levels like that, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't mind that at all because even if Madrid wanted the guy, you've got to put the money on the table because he's got a long-term contract, right? He's going to stay. But I was glad that he spoke up. But end of the day, in terms of him as a player, Enzo's Marmite in the fan base. Some people really like him. Some people hate him. For me, he was a massive miss last week, bro. When we went to City this season away, he was our best player. He got the equalizer as well. We missed that player that can just pick the ball up and, keep the game ticking for us, bro, because that's what Enzo does. You know what I'm saying? So this game, I'm glad that he's back. Caicedo's actually the captain today ahead of him when Enzo's actually the vice captain, but today it's on Caicedo. Obviously, Caicedo just signed that new contract as well. But yeah, man, I'm expecting a good game from Enzo because he's missed 2 now. He should be fresh, right? And he's got something to prove. He's got something to prove today. So I'm expecting a big game from him. I put him in my FPL. Man.
Does he leave this summer? Do you think he leaves this summer? Or?
Nah. If you want Enzo to join your club, you have to be ready to pay the money. I'm talking about 100 million onwards, bro. That's what we're going to ask for. And no one's going to pay that.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to charge 100. 100 million's a bit high, no?
He's on a long-term contract, bro.
After the fact that he's come out and already called out the ownership, he's called out. If he pushes for a move, do you not think that could change the dynamic a little bit? Take 20, 30 million off that price tag?
You know what? Like, the only possibility is if we don't make Champions League. If we do make Champions League, I think he'll sign a new contract.
Yeah.
Because right now, it's mind games as well, isn't it? It's like, are they asking him, are you going to stay at Chelsea? If he says yes, that's literally him taking away his leverage, bro. He wants the bag. You know what I mean? He wants more money right now. So I think he'll stay personally, but we need to make Champions League football for him to actually stay.
Well, we will see how that lineup gets on. Let us know in the chat if you are a Chelsea fan what you make of that. But a perfect time to move over to the Manchester United starting 11. In goal, we have got Lamens, Diego Dallo at right back, Mazraoui, Heaven and Shaw filling up that defence. A double pivot of Mainu and Casemiro. Fernandez in the 10, Cunha and Mbeumo out wide, and Sesko up front. A pretty strong starting 11, would you say, Marcel?
Well, obviously, in comparison to their midfield, James, it's a completely different world. I think they've got more dynamic midfielders. We've got a lot of experience in there in terms of Casemiro and what he's done in the game. And then obviously Bruno's just a top level footballer, out and out. But Kobe's still young, coming back from the injury as well. I think we have the regular squad. It's just that Carrick likes to have a dynamic forward up top. So he hasn't really been playing Sesko that much. He likes to bring him on off the bench to grab a goal when the opposition's a bit tired and the energy's a bit different. But
yeah, why do you think he started Sesko today?
It's just a matter of the form of the wingers. Both Brian and Ahmad haven't been as top as they should be. I think someone like Ahmed as a game winner and a match winner can score big goals and hasn't really been doing that. Brian, when he plays up front, it's not his strongest position. It's been
Brian.
Brian. He's been demoted to Brian.
He's not been
well, that's
as
who he was
prolific.
playing like on Monday, I can tell you that for free. But you've had a lot of time to digest this Sesko signing, and obviously you spent a lot of money on him.
Yeah.
What have you made of him? Do you like the signing now? You've seen him under 2 managers. He's kind of hit a little bit more form under Carrick, you'd say, than he was before under Amorim. But do you like the signing? Do you still think it's one that can grow into the future? Or do you have any questions?
Future, to be honest with you, James. I haven't really enjoyed the signing in terms of hit the ground running, lots of goals, but he's been scoring goals, though. That's the thing. He's been able to score goals, and I think that kind of thing shuts up any of the critics. And I've always said I'll judge him come the end of the season, but throughout points of time and little checkpoints, I've said that his defensive game, the way that he protects the midfield line, the way that he protects the shape of the team, it's not really there. You know, he's not dynamic enough, and that's why you put Brian Mbeumo there, because he runs and presses, and there's a unit of 4 players there, the 3 players behind him, and the striker that are able to kind of cut the pitch up in certain ways, whereas he's not really learning or understanding that, connecting well with Bruno, all these little key things, but he scores goals. You know, he's scored important goals for us as well. So, you know, his ability to come off the bench, add another physical type of profile in that forward line, it causes us a bit.
And what worries me as well, yeah, like I know you haven't got Maguire playing today, but we are poor on corners and set pieces.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know how to defend these, bro. And Sesko is really good in the air. You know, even against Leeds, they nearly equalised from that, bro. You know what I mean? So Casemiro
off the line.
Casemiro and Sesko are going to be weapons in the attack. I think maybe that's even a reason why Carrick started him today, because he's seen, Chelsea, we haven't got the most tallest players, bro, in the world. You know,
I would look out for not just the crosses from set pieces, but they do it a lot. Yeah. Crosses from deep with Bruno Fernandes. I saw it a good few times on Monday with Casemiro peeling away behind the Barca line of the defence, and just that looping cross in from Bruno, and they could have got a good few goals out of it.
Yep. And we've seen Cass do this at the Bridge, man. It was like late on in the game. I swear it was like the 90th minute when he scored.
Yeah, who's that? What was that? Amarin or Ten Hag, one of the back in the day?
That was when we finished 12th. Yeah. So we would have had. Was it Potter at the time? I think we had Potter at the time, bro. Yeah, and then Casemiro scored a mad header. Yeah.
What happened to Graham Potter's career? A penny for the thoughts of that man. But we are about to hit kickoff, so can we quickly get some scores on the doors? I'll start with you, Marcel. How you feeling? What score prediction going for here? 3-1 Man U?
Both teams will score.
2-1 Man United.
2-1 Man United?
Yep.
I think for me, both teams struggle to have been very convincing as of late, but I think the momentum might just turn a little bit with the home side. I'll go 2-1 Chelsea on this one. Let us know your thoughts in the chat down below, though.
I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. Marcel, how do you feel about your centre-backs?
Well, Donis, it's one of those ones where obviously Maguire's gone, like you mentioned. I think Aiden Heaven should have been something that we should use against James' team's Leeds. I don't know why he's missed out, but Aiden Heaven's really good centre back, and Mazwari's really safe footballer. So it might be able to balance out. But against the Delap, who's not really that exciting, I want to see, where's João Pedro, bro?
He's got a minor thigh injury, but he might be back midweek for Brighton.
He's someone that would have really scared me. Such a good footballer.
He did well. Obviously, at Old Trafford, we had 10 men, but he was the best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
Deadly footballer.
João Pedro has been your best player since Rosinha's come in, to be honest with you. He's been completely unlocked. So obviously, I did want to ask you about Delap. What have you made of his season so far, first of all? And second of all, how big of a miss is it not having João Pedro in there?
You know what? I was happy with the signing of Delap as a bench player, right? But obviously, he started off the season against West Ham. He had a really good game. Then he gets that long-term injury. And the team just hasn't really clicked to really understand how to play with him. Because Delap is your typical 9. You know what I mean? He's not like a João Pedro that's going to drop, or like a Jackson that's going to get the ball, turn and link up with people. He's not really like that. And we really struggle to play with that sort of profile, man. You know, I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to learn how to play with a guy, but at the same time, he also needs to improve himself as well.
In Delap.
Yeah, man. His movement in the box.
At the end of the day, it's 1 goal in 23 matches. Sure, only 9 of those are starts, but
bro,
one goal.
It's 1 goal, man.
He's
He's had chances as well, so I can't even say it's like we're not really creating for him. I would like for us to create more, but he does have chances that he just likes to just shank, bro. It's like with Delap, everything in his head has to be a power shot. Instead of just take the ball, compose yourself. I think even when he came on against Leeds, and just shanked it. I think that was against Leeds, right? So he needs to sort it out, man, because I think he's a good player, but I think the pressure's got to him. I think the injury messed him up, and I also feel like the team hasn't really learned how to play with him yet, bro.
Well, João Pedro coming in as well makes it difficult for you to get starting minutes against a player of that quality as well. Yeah,
he comes on for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes sometimes, you know.
But
just
you got to make those moments count, so the microwave minutes.
You do. They're microwave minutes, bro. Here you go minutes.
Do you miss players like Jackson?
Bro, listen.
Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson is one of the most underrated players in Premier League history. We'll pause that for a second because there's a dangerous free kick here with Bruno Fernandes, one of those in-swingers we were talking about. It's dealt with by Chelsea. But yeah, as Marcel said, Nicholas Jackson.
I liked Jackson when he was here, innit? But then it got to a point where I don't really care about the foreplay, because every time you're getting in front of goal, you just keep missing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how long can I keep going on about he does everything well apart from the finishing? You know, the finishing was just not good enough, bro. Like, I play with guys that don't get paid a penny to play football, and they are better finishers than that guy, bruv. You know what I mean?
Well, mate, if
Delap
was as quick thinking as you were with your lines, then let me tell you something. It had a lot more than one goal this season as Man United start to pile some early pressure on. No, that's a good one, mate. You're coming out with some heaters today, mate. You're coming out with some heaters. I like it. Already on fire, lads.
Boy,
that's what we're talking about here.
That's what Jacko does, man. But people are going to say, oh, we downgraded with Delap, bro. João Pedro was the direct replacement for Delap. Delap is a completely different profile. You need a João Pedro and you need a Delap in your team. Same way you need a Jackson in your team with a Delap in your team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think just Nicholas Jackson and Darwin Núñez, I put them in the same category. You know what it is with those types of players?
Better than Darwin.
But you know what it is with those types of players? They do a lot of great work in and around it to get you up the pitch. But when they miss sitters, they miss absolute clangers,
sitters, bro.
Like they miss their clangers are so bad. It's like the Raheem Sterling effect, if anything. No matter how many goals he scored.
Yep.
Because, hang on a second, Chelsea on a dangerous attack here. Delap takes it past his man, and that's the movement we're talking about. But it doesn't matter how many goals Sterling scored or how great the play of Darwin Núñez or Jackson was, because you would just have these memories that would stick in your mind so strong
and what kills
of these utter sitters that they missed. And it kind of takes away from a lot of the work they've done.
100%, bro. And what ruined it, where I sold my stocks with Jackson was last season, right? Up until December, we could have been top of the league if we beat Everton. And then over that Christmas period, we kept dropping points and he just kept missing and missing and missing. He got injured, he came back, got a red card against Newcastle. You know, Club World Cup was just pathetic, you know. So I got to the point where I'm like, bro, I like you away from the finishing, but enough is enough. I want my striker to be able to put their foot through the ball and finish the chances that we're giving him. Because we were giving this guy a lot of chances, bro. You know, and if we had just even a decent striker, Chris Wood, last season, we would have probably been competing for a lot longer.
I think he creates a lot of the chances that you guys are putting on the plate for him. His movement's very good. I think maybe he just needed a better striker ahead of him to learn from and to be tutored by. You know, I think you miss his abilities. I think he's a really good footballer. I think he's scored how many goals? He's not had as many minutes as Harry Kane this season at Bayern, but he's scored quite a lot of goals.
But Marcel, he's a joke man though, because when Delap got injured, we asked for him to come back and he said no. He went to Bayern Munich, a place where you're never going to start ahead of Harry Kane. If he stayed, he would have literally been starting.
Well, he's only had 8 starts this season. 5 goals and 1 assist in those 8 starts.
Didn't come on the other day
18
either.
matches total, though.
He didn't come on the other day either, bro.
No, of course, he's not going to get any game time over Harry Kane, is he?
No, yeah.
He would have been playing and then João Pedro would have been in the 10.
Yeah.
So he messed up for himself, man.
Or did he mess up for himself, though, Don? Because he might be walking away with the Champions League at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So that's the other side of things
True.
that we kind of need to talk about here. Here we go. Bruno Fernandes slips it through to Šeško, who turns on the half pivot.
Good block.
Beautiful half turn by Šeško to open up space. And Man United continue a good spell of pressure here with Mbeumo, who just flicks the ball off the pitch.
I've noticed already Palmer's trying to get warm on the ball. You know what I mean?
Just lost it. That's how we got our chance on the ball. That's how we just got this attack.
Yeah, but that corner we got was from him playing the ball to Delap.
Yeah, into the space. Delap, Aiden Heather makes the tackle on Delap. Yeah, for the
Well, a little bit off form recently, Mbeumo, wouldn't you say? Past 5-10 games.
Him and Ahmad haven't been brilliant. We're trying to get some consistency at that right wing position, and they're both competing for it. But we don't have another dynamic forward, and I think Carrick likes to play kind of mobile forwards that like to press, or can be worked in like a 4-man pressing system, or in the forward line, like we've got right now. We've got 4 players on the line there. Šeško doesn't move enough, so he puts Brian there, but moving in between right wing and up front is just giving him a lack of consistency. So both of them haven't been playing well.
No, we really need to use Estevao a lot more in this game, man. Because against City last week, bro, we barely used the guy. Ended up getting frustrated. He got a yellow really early, and he just had a rubbish game. So this game, I want to see us really using him, because Shaw ain't it right now, bruv. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, switch that to Estevao. There we go.
Speaking of yellow cards, you touched on something very important in the...
That was a poor pass, though, man.
The ball off the pitch.
It's a poor pass.
You touched on something very important in the City game, obviously, when Caicedo managed to get off unscathed without the yellow card to avoid the suspension.
Yeah.
How big is that for you in the rest of your season?
Massive, man, massive. I know Caicedo's kind of dropped off a level, but he's really important to what we want to do, man. In build up, defensively, and for me, long term, Caicedo's actually an 8. But because Lavia hasn't been able to stay fit, we can't really see him in that role. But yeah, it's massive for us now because he's going to be here till the end of the season now.
Lavia's very good, by the way.
Lavia's a top player. I'm surprised he didn't start today.
He's just always injured, and he's the perfect 6, like you're saying. But Caicedo's fallen off for me, I think. You know,
He hasn't. Okay, by his standard, okay, I'll say fallen off, yes, but you know, he had a really good start, and then from I'll probably say like November, December, he started to drop off.
I just think everyone under Liam, there's no one that really believes in him fully in this team. You know, that really wants to be led by him as a manager, and you can just see in their
No one.
performances.
That's a bit harsh.
Listen, there's a debate
Only
for
Andre
that.
Santos, maybe.
There's a debate for that, but end of the day, before Maresca left, he had 1 win in 7. You know, with these same players.
I mean, I'm sure João Pedro enjoys being led by Rafinha, considering this is the best football that he's arguably played in his career in this little patch under Rafinha. So I think there's a lot of young players in the squad that probably do. Cole Palmer looks like, from all the things that we're hearing in and out of the club, seems to have a very good relationship with Rafinha also.
That's a good pass, Hato.
Ascenso Fernandez slips it in. Here is Cole Palmer, takes it past his man. That could be a penalty early doors.
It's not. He got the ball.
Michael Oliver looks away.
He got the ball.
But Cole Palmer does hold his leg in a little bit of pain here. I think we will have a look at this one, won't we? Enzo slips him in.
Let's see.
He's flicked forward. That looks like that could be a penalty.
That's a handball, you know.
Cole Palmer touches it with his left foot, and he's cleaned out by 2 people.
That's a handball,
That's not a handball. He's just been cleaned out in the box there, or outside the box. Outside the box is going to be a free kick.
He's been cleaned out, but it's a handball as well, bruv. Which one are they going to give?
It looked like a handball by Cole Palmer. I don't know who you're saying handballed it there.
Touch Heaven's arm.
It looked like it was outside
It was knocking on Heaven's door.
It looked like
that ball.
If it's handball, then that's interesting. We'll have a look at that. But it looked like there was a foul for sure.
We will have a look indeed, but I do believe it will be a free kick for the contact just outside the area. They're having a look at it. No, they've given nothing.
Wait, what?
Wow,
Yeah.
they've given nothing. Cole Palmer got cleaned out by 2 players there. That is interesting. As always, thank you guys so much who are tuning along. If you can smash that like button, it does always help out. And of course, let us know your thoughts in the chat on how the game is going.
What the hell just happened?
Nothing interesting to see there. Look like Don, man, if I'm honest with you.
What the hell just happened there? I'm so confused. Like, not even a foul?
James said maybe a handball from
No foul. I don't know.
From Coley.
That's a good pass, Neto.
I don't know. For me, that looked like a double foul, mate. Double foul. But Chelsea come forward again. Esteval on the right-hand side.
Esteval get warm on it.
Cuts in and drives it. That was a close one.
Wide.
Beautiful cut inside by Esteval. He goes to rifle it into the far corner. Was that tipped away by Lamens there? We'll have another look at it. Cuts it round Shaw.
Very wide.
Oh, hits the outside of the woodwork there. Beautiful movement by Esteval. You said he would be key today.
Yep.
Finally sparks Chelsea into a little bit of life there.
We needed that, man. We needed that there. We need to get on the ball a lot more now. I think United have had most of the momentum, but we're kind of warming our way into the game now.
Yeah.
Very wide. There was no threat. There was no threat.
He was shaking over there, mate. Shaking. He thought that was a Noah Okafor 2.0 job right there. And there you go. Over the last 5 minutes, 94% of the possession has been Chelsea. Wow.
Yeah.
I know it's only 5 minutes, but 6% of possession for Man United is alarming.
But the most important thing, though, is what we do with the ball. You know what I mean? It's all well and good keeping it like against Man City. What the hell we're doing when we get it, bro?
Passive possession, you can say. But a couple of good chances you did create there. First of all, with the Cole Palmer arguable free kick shout, and then obviously that movement by Esteval. A little bit dangerous, but as you say, if you don't take these chances, we saw it with Liverpool against City. So you against City, this could be the chance. So Esteval 1-2 with the lap, and he's taken way too long there.
He injured
way
himself,
too long.
Flipping. Now what's happened there?
Yeah, he done.
Please, God, no.
We'll have a look. Oh, we'll have a look at that one.
Please,
kind
God,
of
no.
buckles here. Look, and then he's kind of limping.
Please, God, no. Please, no. Okay, he looks sorry. They haven't showed him again, so it must be all right. That's good pressing from Sesko.
I think, you know what it was? I think it was one of them ones. It was a dodgy touch, and then he's done the old... Paul Diami.
He's done.
Oh, no, he is actually down. He is down.
You could just see it.
I take it back instantly.
Done, man.
Estebal's down. He tried to carry on. He's holding his right leg out. What is it?
It's a bug. Look.
Oh, no, it's his knee.
I don't even know.
It's his knee.
It looked like his knee. Yeah, he felt it.
He's gone. He's put weight on his knee, and he think he's hyperextended it. It looks like his left knee there. He doesn't look comfortable on it at all.
It is so peak.
His right knee, maybe.
Yeah.
It's so peak. What's going to happen now is we're probably going to put Neto on the right if he comes off, and put Garnacho.
Garnacho.
Garnacho, Viva Garnacho, and there he is. Garnacho running down the line against his former employers. It could be written though, Don. It could be written.
Man, you know what? One thing I will say, Marcel, is when he was playing for you, man, he loved the bridge, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's that kind of player. He likes to kind of, attempt things, be direct. You never know with him.
And let's not forget, before his form took a turn for the worse, there was a serious player in there in Garnacho. And as you said, as Don said, at the bridge, he had a fair few good occasions for you lot. But he is going to be coming on to replace Esteban now, who's probably looked Chelsea's most threatening player in this opening 10 minutes, up there with Cole Palmer so far, I'd say.
Liam's playing on that.
Going to be a big miss. Going to be a big miss for the rest of the season and your top 5 hopes. What are your immediate thoughts on
man,
that?
He hasn't had the chance to just really kick on, man. Like, Maresca wasn't starting him, waiting for him to integrate him. He got injured, look, he's limping, man. He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
He's off.
He's done.
Good to see it.
He's done.
That's bad now for the rest of the season as well.
Bro.
That's like,
He's walking off the pitch, though. The fact he's walking off the pitch could potentially mean you're looking at a 1 to 2 week situation.
Right there. I highly doubt he'll be at the Brighton game, man. Highly doubt he'll be available, bro. But listen, this is Garnacho's chance to now, do something, man. Because obviously a lot of these United fans, they do this thing online where they just want us to hate this guy, and it's like we don't care about him. He's most likely going to get flipped in the summer. You know what I'm saying? But since he's been at Chelsea, he ain't coming out leaking stuff, and his brother ain't coming out doing nonsense. Like, he's just been there, innit? You know what I mean? Just like many other players, But he needs to come on and do something and prove something. Because when we played them at Old Trafford, he didn't come on.
He actually came out and he said he kind of almost regrettably about some of the way he conducted himself in his end of his tenure at Man United, didn't he, recently? And said, maybe there's a few things that maybe I feel like I shouldn't have done, and it was a very toxic environment. What did you make of the way Garnacho left the club and obviously calling out the board? There was the clip where he was wearing the Rashford Aston Villa shirt. There was loads of stuff going on. What did you make of the whole situation?
A young player kind of, not conducting himself in the most professional manner, and not very consistent footballer, but a direct one. Someone that really can create something of nothing. It was a shame, but I think he had to go. We needed better players, man, than what he was producing and the level that he was producing. So it didn't really bother me, to be honest with you. Many a footballers going to leave Manchester United. Was such a big football club, many a player, top quality as well. So no biggie, just onwards and upwards.
And we're seeing a lot of issues with egos in the sports. We saw, was it Iker Casillas actually came out with a scathing report on Vinicius Jr., or scathing comments on Vinicius Jr. about him waving his arms at Jude Bellingham and stuff, and he used the quote...
Garnacho's on the right.
Garnacho is on the right.
Go on, carry on, bro. Sorry.
We'll see how it adapts over the next couple of minutes. But yeah, he came out with that scathing comments about Vinicius Jr. and his flailing the arms at Jude Bellingham, and he's like, could you imagine Ronaldo going up to Toni Kroos and doing that if Toni Kroos told him not to pass the ball? And there's been a lot made about people thinking they're bigger than the club. Is it the modern age of players with all the money they have and the fact they don't really have to say no to anybody? Is this ego issue running rampant? You've seen a couple of issues within your club, obviously. Cucurella and obviously Enzo Fernandez, who finds his way back into the team now. I personally don't mind a bit of ego. I said it with the Mo Salah thing. I don't mind a little bit of that. I think if you've earned it, I kind of like it in a way, because I think in sport and in football in general, we're kind of at a part right now where personalities are very few and far between. It's a very sanitized product. It's not quite the Barclays Premier League that we grew up with the personalities and the flair and the ego.
Good ball, Enzo.
There is a good ball. Speaking of flair, a player with flair himself is Neto, who flicks it in. And Garnacho thought he had about as much flair as 1950s jeans, but I can tell you, no flair on display there. Completely whiffs the ball. But I don't mind a little bit of ego. Like with the Ekatike shows a little bit with the shirt or anything. I think something about that is missing in today's game. But I don't know. What have you made? Do you think it's upset any of the rest of the side within Chelsea? You have your ear quite close to the ground, obviously, with the whole situation that's happened recently.
Hold on, say that again. What was
with the whole, obviously, the Enzo Fernandez stuff, the Cucurella stuff? Did you see any other players? Because obviously, if he's saying that, there must be some other players saying the same thing.
Exactly, bro. Just know that he's not the only person feeling like that. You know, Cucurella came out talking the way that he did. Palmer put out an interview yesterday saying pretty much what Cucurella said too, man. We're not far away from competing, but we need to bring in more quality into the team. You know, so this summer, we need to be seeing starter. I don't want to be seeing squad player. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I think the players are on the same page, to be honest.
Are you going to get starters on 10-year contracts when you've already got players now on 10-year contracts? And Cucurella is saying you need to
they're not 10 years, okay? Just a little bit of an exaggeration.
How long is Cole Palmer there for then?
Well, Palmer's on a long term.
Yeah, that's one. What about Caicedo?
Caicedo 2033 now, yeah. 2033.
And then what about Enzo?
Okay, let's have a conversation about these contracts, right? Because they don't really mean anything. Because at the end of the day, it protects the club for one. Because right now, if Enzo wants to leave, you got to put the money down, right, for him. And two, you already know that Chelsea like to flip players. Garnacho's on a long-term contract right now, but it means nothing, bro.
But does it protect the club?
How long is this contract?
Of course, it protects the club. Garnacho's on a long-term contract too. I think he got 8 years or maybe 6 years or something. Yeah,
but if you sign a player that is just not connecting, or you bring a manager in and they don't like the player, it's really not working, and then you're stuck with a player on very high wages for another 6 or 7 years. It's not necessarily always going to protect the club.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of occasions where signings don't work out, and then you're lumbered with them.
Of course, but when it comes to selling, one thing I'll give to Chelsea when it comes to selling, bro, we sell very well. Very well. There's so many players, you look at it sometimes, you're like, how the hell did we get that for him? Kai Havertz, bro, 65 million for that guy, right? We got 53 million for Madueke, bruv. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about that, bro. Like, we always find a way to sell players. Teams look at Chelsea and think the environment is the reason why these guys haven't performed. We'll take a punt on them. So, because we have that reputation. You know what I'm saying? We're a bit of a talk shop, innit? Chelsea are a bit of a talk shop, man. You know what I mean? Because there's just so many players that come in and go, bruv.
They have a very big squad, to be fair. They have a big squad.
We've got a deep squad, but it's not the best quality.
It's like Pure Gym on a Wednesday night when you go into their training ground. Jeez Louise, mate. Did you see? I remember Thiago Silva coming out. So there's not even enough stuff for all the players we got in here. We can't even fit him in the changing room.
Yeah, we used to have like some makeshift pegs. You know, some people had to get changed outside and that. And then Potter had to walk in and deal with that. And he just wasn't man enough to deal with it, bro. He's too nice of a man.
I think that really just ruined his career, that move. I think it was just the wrong time. The club was not in the right state when Graham Potter went in there. And obviously, things went horribly at West Ham as well.
Just go long, please. Just go long. Thank you.
I just think that move just really set him in a bad trajectory. Because when he left Brighton, I mean, he was looked at as one of the sharpest minds in the game. He was touted on for the England manager role.
England, Tottenham, you know what I mean? And then he just took that massive jump. But anyway, listen, he's good, man, because we paid this guy out, I think like 12 million or something mad like that.
Yeah.
He's rich for life. Regardless of what he does now, he doesn't have to work again in his life, bro. He said it himself.
How much is Rosenior on? How long's the contract?
I heard 5 million or something.
Wow.
5 million. But Graham Potter got a 12 million contract.
Yeah. But I mean, for a senior who's gone straight from Strasbourg, obviously, if it doesn't work out for him, that's a great payday for the lad. Fantastic payday.
It's not going to work out for him. What's his target? What, to win the league? What do you think?
Not necessarily. I think if he keeps him in Europe, I think they'll keep him. Probably, I would say.
We're not going to win the league this season. I mean, we're not going to win the league this season, but next season.
I think if he keeps you in European places, I would keep Rosenior. I'd at least give him a transfer window to get some of his own players in and implement some of his own ideology. At least.
Exactly. Next season, the target is to win a trophy and, you know, compete for the league. But we're not going to compete without help from the owners, bro. They need to buy the right players.
Bruno Fernandes with another terrible in-swinger this time. Doesn't get past the first man. Couple of opportunities Bruno's had for that free kick there.
You know what?
Flattered to deceive.
It's so obvious, James, here that United are waiting for us to make a mistake. They're sitting off of us and they're just kind of waiting to pounce. You know what I mean? That's literally what they're doing. So it's very, very important that we score first. Because the moment that we do, you're going to see the impotence change. They will change how they're playing, bro.
Well, that's what we've seen a lot from Chelsea this year. You have good spells of pressure at the beginning, but every time that you fail to get that early goal, it always seems to pounce back and bite you in the arse.
Every time, man.
And right now is looking like it could be one of those occasions because, Man U are starting to grow into the game now. Good little bit of intricate build-up play as Bruno slips straight onto his backside, giving the ball straight to Chelsea. But no team seems to be able to retain it for more than 2 minutes. And that goes to show again because it was that Bruno who's just blasted that ball off the pitch there.
He tried to slip, obviously, what's his face, Sesko behind the lines, but Sesko's not really reading that.
Sesko ain't got that explosivity right there.
I think
he's moving quick enough.
Speed, but
no,
he
does.
Against
he does.
Fofana, and then he's not really thinking ahead of the game where the areas that Bruno's going to want to play.
He does. I mean, then he was moving. He was too slow of a movement. They weren't on the same wavelength. But Bruno's been all over the shop today. I mean, as you say, he is starting almost in a front four for Man United here when they don't have the ball to try and press.
Yeah.
When they do, he's dropping all the way back to centre-back to pick it up.
That's his problem.
He does cover so much ground.
That's good, Delap. You see, you need to keep going long because
here's Garnacho, the super sub, gives it to Neto. Can he pick it back up in the pocket? Man. Should have had the return ball there. That was good work by Garnacho to drive Chelsea forward there. And instead, it's flicked forward. Real end-to-end gamers. And Mbeumo could be bearing in on goal. One-on-one down the right-hand side. Cuts it back. And that is an absolutely disastrous touch by Cunha.
That is a poor tackle.
He stretched for the ball and absolutely clamped his man. That was a terrible touch by Cunha there.
What a ball, though.
Beautiful ball into Mbeumo, who's composed enough to cut it back straight to Cunha, who should be hitting that first time.
Yo, that might go to... Let's see the...
And that is a prime Romelu Lukaku touch.
Okay, it's a yellow.
Yeah, it's a yellow.
It's a solid yellow.
Touch of a Timberland boot there by Matheus Cunha. He should have been hitting that first time from that position.
Good defending from Hato, though.
Poor touch. Is that a warning sign for you, though, Dom? Warning sign, mate.
Yeah, 100%, bro. They tried to get us on the transition there, like they've been doing this season. And yeah, if it wasn't for Cunha's poor touch, that would have been 1-0, man.
Because you guys, when teams break away with pace on the counter-attack, I've seen it a lot from you guys this season. There's not a lot of cohesion, or you don't seem like a back line at times that have a lot of great communication going between them. Yeah. When teams break at you quick, you can see it just spread at the seams at times.
100%, bro. I think the defense is just quite disjointed at times, man. Hato and Fofana, they've been playing together the past few games or whatever, but we just chop and change our centre-backs all the time, James. And how the hell can you build instability from the back if you're consistently playing with a different partner? It's not going to work.
Yeah, you need that spine. You need that spine just to be completely solid. We've actually got a comment coming in from SysVP5180. Did Don go to the protest?
I didn't, I didn't, man. I couldn't. Obviously, I had today, innit? I had today, and there was problems with the trains and whatnot, so I couldn't even go. But big up everyone that went. Man. The message was clear today. I wasn't seeing any we hate Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? Matisse was there, Lewis was there, big themselves up, man. But today, people, unfortunately, I couldn't go, man. I couldn't go.
Well, maybe there will be protests of celebration in the streets if they were to beat Man United. And you have to say, if Chelsea were to get a result against Man United now, we've all kind of talked about how we believe Man United have almost secured that top 5 position. But that would be 1 draw and 2 defeats within their last 3 if Chelsea were to get a result over here. And that top 5 race is getting close now. You are, of course, 7 points behind them as things stand. Brentford and Bournemouth also breathing down the neck. Do you think there is any way that Man United could slip out of the top 4 / top 5?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. We'll be fine for the rest. There's only a few games left now this season. Who else have we got?
Win today and you're one leg's in.
Yeah.
You win today and 1 leg's in.
You've got Brentford coming up next at home. Then, as Alex very kindly pointed out, you do have a massive, massive game next Sunday against Liverpool at 3:30
at Old Trafford, by the way. Yeah, so
very interesting timing that.
Is it?
Very interesting timing, that 3:30 kickoff, because of course the semi-final of the FA Cup is going on at 4:30 that day. So I'm not sure why they've put
So United Liverpool play at 3:30?
Yeah, that's a very interesting kickoff time, actually.
No,
And-
man, I ain't even gonna be.
Unless if they change it, maybe.
I'm gonna be getting burst.
Oh no, that's 2 weeks. Sorry. Wait, am I?
You sure? Are you sure that game's on? Nah, there's no way.
No, it's not next week. It's 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, that's
I've been
good.
completely confused. Alex said next week, and I was looking at it saying the 3rd of May.
Yeah.
And I was bugging myself out. I do apologise. It's 2 weeks' time. Of course, you're playing Liverpool.
That's good.
Next week, you don't have a game on the weekend. You have another Monday game.
Yeah,
Another Monday
Monday
game
night
against
football.
Brentford.
That's exciting though. That we got like big games like that. Because I'm sure we.
Well, that is your latest big game, because after that it's Sunderland, Forest and Brighton, so you would expect you guys to have it wrapped up.
Yeah, like it would maybe require maybe 2 more wins. But again, Chelsea and Liverpool still, out of those 2 games, you want to win that one. Obviously, this game, there's a circumstance where we've lost a few players and Chelsea have been out of form. And then against Liverpool at Old Trafford, you got to expect to give them a good game. And their form as well has not been brilliant.
Oh, Palmer, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, Palmer. Oh, hey, foul! And that's brilliant from Palmer, man. That's what I want to see.
Beautiful
That's what I want to see,
movement.
bro.
He
That
does
should
earn
be a
a
yellow
free
card as
kick.
well, man.
Yeah.
That was perfect. That was brilliant from Palmer.
Twists
Yeah,
out with
see-
the left foot. Twists and turns. Beautiful
you see one
drag
thing
back
about
flick.
Palmer. You see one thing about Palmer. From early doors, I can see what type of game he's gonna have. And I said to you lot, he's trying to get warm from the beginning. He's looking sharp on the ball today. He looks like he's trying to.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah.
The cogs are turning, mate. The cogs are turning. Who would you put on this set piece? We've got Enzo
Palmer.
behind it. Palmer.
perfect for left foot.
Look at that grin on the face of Cole Palmer. You can see he's envisioning something right now. Will it be top left? Will it be bottom right? Let us know your thoughts down below.
That's perfect for right foot, actually. That's more on the right side. I think I would probably give that to Enzo.
I don't know, mate.
Yeah,
That looks
it's
slap bang in the middle for me. It's just off the left.
It's more to the left.
Yeah, that is a right footer, if I've ever
Is
seen
it?
it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, of course.
Right footer, man. That's on the right
Yeah,
side.
slightly to the left, you go with the right foot. Slightly to the right, you go with the left foot.
footer.
Fair enough.
Well, you can do either, but if
Yeah,
I have,
Because Enzo can.
if I was taking it, I would use my right for that and my left for the
Yeah.
other side.
Okay, yeah. So Enzo can put it top left. You see that? Enzo can put it top
Nah,
left.
look,
yeah.
look at the way Cole Palmer's eyeing that up. I think it will be Palmer. Little body feint. Enzo does take instead,
Man.
and he hits the first
Oh.
man. It's a terrible free kick by Enzo
Shocking
Fernandez.
free kick, man.
Straight into the first man. Big opportunity to capitalise on what was first attack in a little while for Chelsea there. After Man United started to grow into the game a little bit, that would have been a big time to get a goal there for Chelsea. And unfortunately, Enzo fails to capitalise on it.
This game's going to need someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck because it's very much like chess right now. I'm watching chess. What a pass, Enzo. Enzo's been good from deep today.
He has. He's
Arsenal's
been
been good.
linking up very well with Cole Palmer, has Enzo Fernandez. Which is why, to be fair, with him out the side, you talk about the fact that Cole Palmer may have gone missing a little bit in the past couple of games, well, especially last game. That's a big factor. That delivery from Enzo Fernandez. A lot of the good play that Cole Palmer's done today has come through Enzo
finding it.
dropping his shoulder or turning on the half turn and slipping him through.
Facts.
You are sometimes only as good as the players around you.
Hato's really good at that
Enzo on
pass
the
as well.
half turn again, tries to find Cole Palmer again, but it's deflected this time. Good
on,
pressure
Cuckoo.
by
Brilliant,
Chelsea.
brilliant, Cuckoo.
Cucurella gives it out. Caicedo with 2 men in front of him. All the way down the right-hand side, he plays it. Little shimmy by Pedro Neto. He's still got Gusto overlapping, who swings the ball in.
It's not Reece, is it? It's just not Reece.
And Viva Garnacho was waiting over there. He has moved back over to the left now.
Yep. There's more comfortable side.
Neto, it looks like he's really playing a free roam over there. Sometimes dropping in and out when Cole Palmer moves out. But Garnacho on the left, Neto on the right. Hugging some good width out
we really
there.
need to score first, man. We're not scoring goals at the minute, and I'm just sick and tired of chasing games. I'm sick and tired of it, man.
Well, speaking of chasing games, there was a huge game today that obviously happened. The Tottenham Brighton game. Tottenham thought they had it in their hands with Xavi Simons or
Great finish
Simons.
as well. It was a great
Oh,
As
that's a good
speaking of great finishes, The lap may have not had a lot of them this season, but he could have scored there. But yeah, obviously, they almost had the win in the palm of their hands. Xavi Simons running off into the stands to celebrate.
Oh, James!
Every time I say it, Fernandes!
Oh, save!
Every time we start to try and segue, Chelsea come forward with another great attack. This time it was the aforementioned Enzo Fernandez through
How's
the
he
legs
got through
of his
that?
man, and
they
he
didn't
tries
save it.
to bend it into that far corner there. Beautiful movement, and the game has sparked into a bit of life, lads.
Close
As
ball.
soon as we tried to talk about another, this game is cooking.
That's 2 chances now. 2 chances. We've had the better chances so far.
You have.
We've had the
they
better
have.
chances so far, man. And I thought Laman's actually got to that, but it was just it was Enzo missed.
Starting to feel a little bit shaky now, Marcel, perhaps.
Nothing.
Bit hot under the collar.
Haven't forced a save, so nothing at major threat. Both off target, not within the 2 posts. Not really worried at all.
I don't know. They've been breaking through your defence quite easily there.
Yeah, that was easy. That was very easy. I don't know how they both got through. How Enzo got through that, and both of them didn't make the challenge. But
Oh, come on, Dilat, man.
I'm
You gotta
waiting
bring
for our
that down.
first opportunity on goal. But we're getting overrun in midfield.
Caicedo, what's
That
Enzo
partnership
excellent.
of
Enzo
Mazraoui
excellent.
and Heaven has really not looked
Heaven's
really
been
not
alright.
looked confident at all. No, but the partnership of both of them back there
Flip.
has looked very shaky. It's looked like a drunk man on a pogo stick at times, just all over the gaff there.
I don't know. I feel like it's been all right. The lap's been, anytime he gets through, he's been tackled by Aiden or Mazraoui. I just feel like it's the midfield, with, the way that they're able to progress through the lines, because the way that we play, Bruno's almost playing like a second striker instead of, a midfield protecting the back 4. So Enzo, Caicedo, like I was saying at the beginning of when we was doing the lineups, they're more dynamic than our 3 in there. And Bruno's not really playing like a third man; he's playing more of a second striker. So it's just,
he's playing in the pocket in the number 10 role. Well, that is it. It's Kobe Mino and Casemiro coming up against Caicedo and Fernandes, who both have
You got the ball.
much more legs. Okay, Kobe Mino is quite vibrant himself. We all know Casemiro
Wide
at
open
his
now.
age is not
Wide
going to be
open now.
covering that kind of ground.
That's poor from Mbeumo. That
Terrible
is
from Mbeumo.
Mbeumo.
But yeah,
Play
that
to his
midfield
feet.
battle has been completely controlled by Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo today.
Yep.
Completely controlled.
100%.
Real workhorses up and down that pitch, and then just a few sprinkles of quality from Enzo in key moments.
Enzo's been good, man. He's probably been him and Palmer have been really good.
Really starting to look every bit of that 100 million that you signed him for as the time's gone on. Question marks at
He's got a point to
first.
prove, man. He's got a point to prove. Man got
Beautiful crossing.
man got suspended by the club for 2 games, bro. And we missed him last week, man.
People question why he was treated harsher than Cucurella, perhaps,
Yeah.
for similar things.
Yeah. He said that. He came out saying a lot, to be honest. But I'm happy he did, because now look at the pressure we're putting on ownership.
Well, as you say, football is a fickle game, and I don't think any Chelsea fan would mind if he scores today. That is the way
Hold
to
my
get
touch.
all criticism off your back is a goal.
Yes, they're looking for that
That's
cross.
Dallo.
They're looking for that cross every time.
Tries to swing it in, but to no avail. It's dealt with by Chelsea quite comfortably.
So now let's see how they
It
can
could be a
build.
dangerous attack again. Man United trying to build. Let us know your thoughts in the chat, by the way. How are you feeling about this one? Villa finishing in 3rd. Excuses, don't say nothing. Matisse was there. Wait, listen. No excuses, mate. You had to come here and do the job, my friend.
legit.
Had to come here
Man's got work.
to be here with all of the boys, mate. I dragged him
saying?
in. I said, listen, mate, you ain't going to that protest, my friend. It ain't happening. All right.
Let's talk about excuses. Matisse was there. Is Matisse here?
Big up James Leeds are staying up. Well, I hope so. I certainly hope so. And as I said, that was helped, obviously, by that Spurs result today. Just quickly round the panel, what did we make of that game there? What did we make of Spurs? Are they condemned down to relegation, or do you still think there's a chance of survival?
It feels like it. I think they had 15 or so minutes to hold on to it. I was watching on the train, and I thought Simons, after that goal, I thought spectacular. De Zerbi, against
Well, he
his
thought
old
he
club.
did. He thought he was in for the Ballon d'Or after that, the way he ran into the
Against
stands.
his old club, he's done brilliantly, but lo and behold, they managed to lose the game, to draw the game. So
It might as well be a loss. It might as well be a loss, Marcel, because they're still in the bottom 3, bro.
Literally, so I feel sorry for them, but it's gonna be, you know, they might not ever make it back up. You know,
Boy,
if they drop down.
man, think it's a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you're telling me. All right, we went down there after being in the
took a while.
Champions League semi-final. 16 years.
Yep. I'm telling you, bro.
16
Everyone's gonna be
years.
looking at Tottenham next season in the Championship if they go down. Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. Man United could go down without a fight if Enzo Fernandez was to strike this one through the night. Oh, beautiful rebound. Cole Palmer's there. And it's Delap with the tap in from 5 yards out. It's been called offside.
It might be onside though, you know.
We'll have a look at this one.
Cole Palmer might.
Liam Rossigna.
We said you think he looks on.
It could be close. Liam Rossigna looks ready to wheel away in
he's
celebration.
off.
Cole Palmer's off, unfortunately.
He's off, man.
The original strike from Enzo, he's just timed it a little bit
Every time
poorly
I'm
there,
here, I
Cole
just see
Palmer.
offside goals.
That's true. That is true.
And that's what I was gonna say before we went live, bro. My record at DR has been all losses, bro.
Whoa. And as you said, last time we were here, you scored the first goal against City, which
Yeah.
was ruled off for an offside against Cucurella. And you went on to lose that game 3-0. Could we see a similar pattern emerging here? Because you have created the most chances, just like last week. But failed to take them. It's a good ball in now,
Oh,
though.
come on, man.
Is that a handball?
Someone's got to get onto that. That's a good ball, Neto, bruv.
Oh, well, here we go. We've got some love in for the chat. We've got a super chat coming in from Sean Ulens with a 199. W's in the chat
up
for my
Sean.
boy Sean. Big up my guy Don.
Yeah.
Up the Chelsea.
Big up Sean, man. Big yourself up every time, man. You know, he's always in my chat. Big yourself up, man.
What a geezer, mate. Big up the Sean. W's in the chat for my boy Sean. And I have to say, I was repeating his message. I wasn't saying up the Chelsea from a personal standpoint. Although I can big them up because they're going to be out of all feasible chances of winning a trophy by this time next week or one day after next week.
Third time lucky for Bruno.
Did he get booked?
Yeah, Hato, yeah.
Hato got booked?
Yeah, he got booked, yeah.
You know, yeah, it's come up now.
All right, here we go.
Third time
It
lucky.
is third time lucky with the set piece. Bruno Fernandes puts his arm to the sky.
There it is.
Swings it in. That's a lot better of a delivery. And it asks
Who
some
took out
good
Sanchez like
questions
that?
of Sanchez.
Sancho took out the players.
Questions Sanchez had
Oh,
to
of course.
answer, and he did come and absolutely clean out his man. Yeah, it looks like he's punched him in the
it's that
face
Carlos
there.
guy. Of course, it's
Oh.
that Carlos guy, bruv. Yeah, I can't wait for him to cut Marcel, bruv. He's a problem in the box. Problem. Look him. Look his face.
Wow.
Carlos, bro, go to Miami, man. Go now and go bake off with your family, bruv. You know? Yeah,
Well,
man.
he's just been cleaned out by Fofana there.
Carlos, bruv.
He's been absolutely cleaned out by Fofana.
But this is a, you know, I hope we can get a goal before half time. It's been a minute.
You need it.
It's been a minute.
You
It's been a
need
minute,
it.
man.
And the game needs it because it's sparked into life a little bit. There's been a few decent chances created here.
Chelsea have had most of them. Chelsea have had most of them.
Yeah, oh yeah. Most of them have come for Chelsea. But there's been a lot of opportunities where Man United have been in the danger zone. For me, it's that lack of quality. It's not the assist, but it's the assist before the assist that is letting them down.
The final
and
bit of
Bruno
end product.
Fernandes, not just from those set pieces, but there's been many a times he's been in that position looking for that aforementioned in-swinger to the back post. And his delivery today,
Poor.
it's been like Hermes, mate. They've been booting that package up and down all over the gaff. By the time you open it, there's shards of glass in your hand. And that's not quite that Amazon Prime delivery we're used to from him.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, James, we see that a lot from Bruno, and then all of a sudden, he gets one cash money goal.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of his high risk game. I mean, he's trying his luck every single time from, you know, crazy positions, trying to force it, you know, beyond the defender's
Who's
defensive
it?
line.
Please don't tell me
Yeah,
that.
who
Oh,
is
for
it?
God's sake!
It's from that clash with Sanchez. Fofana's down, holding his abdomen, holding his obliques there. Maybe the side of the rib cage. He did clatter into Robert Sanchez at some force.
Done, man. It's like, is the pressure really getting to them, or because you lot should be maybe feeling like you're leader? You should be leading with what you lot have produced. You should be feeling like.
Well, they've taken themselves out, and that is the first good ball of the game from Bruno. Well, first great ball from Bruno from that position, right in the danger zone, and it's caused, as we said, a lack of communication with that Chelsea back line.
I don't even know if
other.
Fofana's got to come off. Like, who do we put on, bro? Josh? Do we bring on Tosin? Like, bro, it's just we need Fofana, man. We need Fofana to get up, bro.
yeah,
Please.
he's got the legs. He's got the legs.
Well, you do
Tosin's
have
slow.
Tosin and Chalobah and Achiapong all on the bench
Chalobah's
for
all right.
Chelsea.
Yeah, but Chalobah's been injured for a few weeks, man.
But Fofana has a mistake in him, you know. Sometimes he does. He has a mistake.
All of our players do, not just him. Last week, look what Caicedo did.
I mean, Tosin has had quite a few mistakes this season. But you would presume if anyone is going to come on, it would be Tosin.
He's up. He's all right. He looks all right. He looks better than
He does not look all right, mate.
No, he looks like it
He's
hurt,
holding
innit?
his rib.
He just had to go down for a bit. Let's see.
But that was a delayed fall. I think maybe he's going to try to carry on,
Yeah.
but I don't see him finishing this game.
Hopefully he does, man. There's another 45 to go after this, you know.
At most half-time, I presume.
Yeah,
because he
half-time.
doesn't look comfortable there.
Yeah, give him the heat rub, man. Give him a little massage. You know, they've always got the massages at half-time as well, innit? Massage his chest, bro. Yeah?
It's not his chest.
His ribs. Whatever's whatever's going on right there.
Kobe just getting
Or tickle his ribs with a good joke. Always a good one. Good joke. Brightens the spirits. Brightens the body. Rejuvenates them.
Good first time pass.
Man United looking rejuvenated over these past few minutes as well. Bruno Fernandes again finds himself in a dangerous area, cuts it back, and it's all the way to Mateus Cunha, who opens the scoring for Manchester United. Man United 1, Chelsea 0.
It's about time. One of those things. It's one of those things. We're going to get the critical opportunity, the critical chance. We needed it. You know, because you guys were getting close. But the one that matters, Manchester United. We'll take that.
They needed it indeed because Chelsea have created the better chances by far in this first half. But as we've said many a times, Don, just like last week, you created the chances. The only goal you managed to convert was the offside one. And boy, you've been punished here.
What a
Great
finish.
movement by Bruno Fernandes down the right-hand side. And as you said, he keeps trying.
Yeah.
Eventually, one of those is going to be on the money. It's a beautiful cut back to Cunha, who obviously messed up the first chance he was given today, but he wasn't messing up that one.
Another player
calm and collected.
Another player like Bruno keeps getting in the position, but it's a bit different for him because he's got the finishing kind of, you know, we'll keep trying the shot, and one will come off for him. And good finish, good technique this time. You know, last time it was a first touch with the pass, now it's the first touch with the strike. It's on the money.
Well, shades of last week, Don. Shades of last week. How are you feeling watching this? I mean, you must be
I'm numb.
furious.
I'm furious. Why am I furious? I told you lot before the game, we're losing this game. I told you, I know this team too well. Once again, we've conceded first, bro. Once again, we had better chances. Once again, we had the momentum. We don't take it. Now look. You know what I'm saying? I see this every week, bro. That's why I'm done with this season. Nothing is going to change, bro. It don't matter who the lineup is. It don't matter who's at the back. It don't matter who's up front. It's the same shit, bro. Pardon my French.
I think the game's
I'm
done, bro. I am done. The thing is, I'm speechless, bro. Honestly, because I'm just saying the same thing, bro. You could have gone to last week and got my take from last week.
I mean, it literally is a carbon copy of what happened last week in many ways.
These lot were saying, "Oh yeah, but you lot look better, man. The momentum's on Chelsea's side right now." I said, "Yeah, it means nothing if we don't score." Look what's happened now.
Yeah.
Look what's happened now.
Nah, I hear it.
Look what's happened now. Just before half time as well, you know. And then
Just before the break.
How can you let man just twang you up like that in the corner, bro? What for you? Get out of here, man. Send that guy back to Spain, bro. Get out of here, bro. Honestly, it's pathetic, man. It's just pathetic. Pathetic, bro.
Things not going well for Garnacho.
No clean sheet. I don't remember the last time we got a clean sheet, bro. The last clean sheet we got, was against Brentford. Go check when we played Brentford, James. Go check that.
Well, the last clean sheet for Chelsea. Let's actually have a look at that. It's quite interesting.
It's when we played Brentford.
Well, your last clean sheet technically was Port Vale, but
Can we please be guided? Yeah.
Your last clean sheet before that
Was Brentford.
in the league. Well, you got in the league you're talking here. Didn't keep a clean sheet against Wolves, West Ham, Palace. It was Brentford in the 17th of January.
Hearing that.
It's a long time.
17th of January since you
bro.
kept a clean sheet.
Yeah? It was getting dark at 4 o'clock back then. It's now getting dark at 8. It's getting dark at 8 now, people, and we ain't seen a clean sheet. The times have gone backwards, bruv.
To be fair, you did keep a clean sheet in the
forward.
Champions League the week after that against Paphos FC.
Get out of here. It's honestly.
Oh man, it's just gone from bad to worse for Liam Rosenior's Chelsea. Now with a real outside shot of getting into the top 5 places. With that chance slowly getting thinner and thinner as the days go on.
It's not over yet, James. It's not over yet. I said the game will finish 3-1, so Chelsea's goal will appear at some point in the game.
It's not, Marcel, but just when a goal comes against a run of play like that, it does sometimes dampen spirits. It can go
100%.
one of two ways. They are the home side, so the fans are going to be getting on their backs. Obviously, the fans will be very fired up today with the protests and everything that's going on. It could go one of two ways with the Chelsea right now.
What is that protest for? What is it for?
Blue coat out. For blue coat out, you know, everyone's fed up now with just consistently buying, you know, young players that aren't ready to be playing, you know, players that aren't good enough, you know, poor decisions, bro. Just everything about the ownership right now, isn't it? It's similar to like the Glazers and Ineos, man.
Oh, right.
So it's a bit like that. So yes, it's a blue coat out protest today. But the club have been pushing a lot of PR. We're going to buy experience now in the summer. I'll believe it when I see it because they've said that for 3 years now. It's been a different story.
Didn't buy experienced players or experienced managers. Just a real lack of cohesion from the board. I can understand the frustration, especially given the years of, well, tyrannous control, you could say, you had under Roman Abramovich. Some clubs just aren't that lucky, mate. Maybe you're being brought into the reality of football in a certain
Listen,
essence.
football goes in cycles, but one thing I can't accept, is when you just make life hard for yourself. The Prem right now is not prime Pep and prime Klopp. You've got terrorists that are first in the table right now, yeah? And you're telling me
Allegedly.
that you can't put a team together that can beat that team or compete with that team. Come on now, man. Let's be serious.
I think I think it was a sporting director of Chelsea Football Club talking about because City wanted Cucurella, he decided to buy Cucurella.
Bowley,
And that he's using sports analysts and that kind of thing to judge players and stats and that kind of thing.
You have to remember when Bowley came, when Claylake came and Bowley, they got rid of everything. So Bowley was running about doing all
It's
the
a good
recruitment.
cross by Enzo, though. Chelsea with a good attack to end the half. Oh, he's giving it all the way back, Cole Palmer. You have to say this cross has to find its way into the box.
Jesus.
This is wow.
Just
If that is not an epitome of everything going on at Chelsea right now, then I don't know what is. Great chance to get the ball into the box, and he's just passed it straight out into his own half for a Man United throw-in. Wow. And Carrick here, he can't believe his luck right now. He cannot believe his luck. Because the pressure was starting to ramp on Man United before the goal.
that goal is an epitome of how we've been conceding. We just concede just pathetic, weak, spineless, just nasty goals, bro. Nasty. Because you see when Bruno brought down the ball, I said, good touch, Bruno. Good touch. I'm watching him closely. He's managed to turn him as well, bro.
Well, he's protecting the ball and he's keeping it on the side and he's keeping himself in between the defender and the ball. And
yeah, but I'm sorry, Shirley, bro. I don't call Garnacho Shirley Carter. Shirley, yeah, you should do better there because how you let a man just roll you like that? You should understand what he's trying to do. But he ain't got the minerals. He ain't got the brain. Yeah, all you want to do is bleach your hair and mess up your brain, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. Get the hell out of here, bro. You know
I mean, it's an intelligent cross as well.
That's nonsense I'm talking about. That's why we're protesting today because these stupid idiots thought he was the answer for our problems, bro. They thought he was the 1v1 demon to go and help Maresca, bruv. They thought he was the guy
And you
that was
bought
going to go
Gittins as
carry
well.
Gittins.
You bought Gittins as
How
well.
can you sign Gittins and then sign Shirley after?
In
That
the
don't make
same
sense,
season,
bro.
yeah.
That don't make sense, bro. You know what I mean? They deserve this. They deserve all of this, bro. And all you, man, if you don't get Champions League, your money's going down, bro. And if you try to escape, you're on a death row contract. You're not going nowhere, bruv. You're not going nowhere. Yeah? You're not going nowhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? These men are some jokers, bro. They're pathetic. Yeah? All of you are pathetic, bruv. All of you, bruv.
Jokers, but not good ones at that, as it seems so far. Because it has
pathetic guys,
ended
man.
half-time. Man United 1, Chelsea Football Club 0. And as we all said before, Chelsea creating the better chances for the majority of that first half. Really looked like they could have nicked an early goal a couple of times. Got an offside goal, but Man United kept in there and against a better spell. I mean, you have to say they were growing into the game 5 minutes or so before they got the goal. But after getting the goal, Chelsea have really, really looked under the cosh now. And it's a tale we've seen many a times. Let us know in the chat, obviously, what changes you would potentially make. Is there anything you guys would change going into this second half? And I'll throw that question now to you, Don. Any changes? Anything you do? Obviously, we've already seen Esteban be replaced by Garnacho. Anything you think needs to be done in the second half differently from a Chelsea perspective?
Bro, we just need to start just pamming shots now outside the box, man. Pam as many shots as possible, create more chaos in the box. We haven't really created a lot of chaos. You know what I'm saying? It's been like, okay, yeah, the Enzo chance was probably the best chance. Esteval's shot was outside the box. We haven't really created a lot of chaos for these guys, bro. It's Mazwari and Heaven, for God's sake. You know what I mean? Like, we started off well, Enzo playing the passes to Palmer and that, but there's someone yet to have just that pass and then it's a goal. You know what I mean? It's been, like, the Enzo one was him winning the ball back. You know what I'm saying? We still need to create better chances in this game. You know what I mean? So, have more shots, create more chaos in the box. That's the main thing for me. You know what I mean, bro? That's the main thing for me. Because I think in the midfield, we've been good in the midfield. For the most part, we've been defended quite well. But once again, we just concede pathetic goals. This is the story of Chelsea right now.
Well, speaking of midfielders, we've got a little stat coming in from Vuyo SG in the chat. Bruno Fernandes has 18 Premier League assists this season.
Bad man.
8 from open play, 7 from corners, and 3 from set-piece crosses, a.k.a. free kicks.
Yeah.
What do you made of Bruno Fernandes, and what are you made of Man United as a whole in this first half?
£175 million footballer, Bruno Fernandes. You know, it's just world class, honestly, James and Don. It's fantastic to see him producing again. I think he'll definitely get his 20 plus assists in the Premier League this season. You know, whether it's 22, 23, 24, he'll definitely have the record. But we've not been playing brilliant this game. You know, the Chelsea have been the dominant.
Though against us, that's the thing.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea have been the dominant force, especially in the midfield areas. But, you know, that always leans into sometimes our best style of football on the counter-attack, in open transitions, you know, in those kind of situations. Manchester United always are very, very dangerous. You know, we've always been that kind of football club. It's about when we have the ball in the opposition's half, do we have enough mavericks? Do we have enough world-class players to be able to dominate in the 1v1 situations and create good plays? If we don't have that, then we seem to struggle with this possession kind of style of football. And Chelsea had most of the football for the first half. Just don't have a cutting edge. You've been lacking strikers since Drogba and these kind of top level strikers. Even Lukaku was able to form some sort of good striking form, but I don't know, you've lost strike. We were talking about João Pedro anyway. He's not there for some reason, which is annoying. And then
by injury, yep.
Today he was unlucky because Esteval, maybe part of plan A, you know, for Liam Rosenior's not in the picture right now, and he's a dangerous Brazilian footballer who's been playing very well recently. So you're a bit unlucky for you guys today, but yeah, there's no cutting edge from you. So
there's no cutting edge, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, someone needs to take the game by the scruff of the neck. I'm seeing Palmer trying to do that, but I need to be seeing more shots, bro. Just pam these guys and create chaos. That's what we need to start to do. You pam Larmans, you might pam it out. It comes back to someone, you score. You know, I feel like everything at the minute has been in front of United. We haven't really... It hasn't really felt like they've changed their centre-backs. And that's what I was saying before the game. Everyone's like, nah, you're going to win now. I said to the man then, bro, this means nothing to me. I've got a tweet when I saw the news yesterday about Euro. I said, this means nothing to me. Whoever comes in is going to have the game of their lives, because that's what happens when you play Chelsea, bro. We are Charity FC, right? Mbuemo hasn't scored in, it's 8 games now. He will score today, yeah? Your prediction will be right at the end. We might score a goal, but Mbuemo is ending his goal drought today. I'm telling you now, bro, this is what we do. We give confidence to players that haven't got confidence, bro. You know what I'm saying? We give points to teams that don't deserve the points, right? It's just honestly just I'm stuck on this roundabout, and I just can't wait for the season to finish, bro, because I'm sick and tired of it. I have the same conversations every week. I'm struggling to make content right now because I'm literally saying the same thing. You know what I mean? If we lose today, Blue Diaries, I do a show, Blue Diaries, every Monday. I'm telling you now, I don't even need to do the show. I can just run it up from what I said last week. You know what I'm saying? That's
just get one of those AI shirt changers. You know, just change the shirt in the background a bit and just re-upload the same video.
Re-upload the exact same video, bro. The exact same thing.
Has anything in the video been about Liam Rosenior out? Have you added any of that into the narrative yet?
No, because I'm past talking about managers, bro. That's where I'm at right now. Because before Maresca left, he had 1 win in 7 himself. Rosenior had a good start. He's going through it at the minute, right? But I'm looking at some of these players, bro. Just pathetic. You know what I mean? I can't look at the team he's put out today and say, that's a bad team. That team is good enough to be winning. But mentality, bro. You know what I mean? None of these guys look like they want it. None of these guys look like they want it.
No cutting edge, like a butter knife trying to make its way through steak. If we do look at the stats a little bit here, it has been 57% of the ball has found its way through Chelsea, 43% for Man United. I mean, the big difference here for me is the 12 touches in the opposition box to 3. All of the dangerous manoeuvring around the box has been through Chelsea. Obviously, Esteban swiveled his way through a few times. Enzo Fernandez has created a little bit of space in there. Man United have managed to get the ball up the pitch, but it's been very, very, what I like to call passive possession in a way. You're not breaking them down. There's not that dynamism. There's not that movement from the striker pulling the defender out wide and someone else filling in within that pocket. It's quite static at times for Man United in the final third. Is there anything you could think that you could do to improve that in the second half from either Carrick? Would you change any of the players around, the personnel? Anything you would change that in the second half?
Nothing. Only become more defensive so that we end up with more of these situations where we're breaking and Chelsea are higher up the football pitch. That's when they're most vulnerable, and that's our best style of football, when we're breaking and making 30-yard, 40-yard sprints down the hill towards the goal. Or if you change the striker, he needs to be more mobile. He needs to be able to make those dynamic runs. Naturally, it's in him to always run wide, shift players here and there. That's usually Brian and Boomer. That's why Carrick usually plays him there for that style. And then also when you do, when the opponent does have the ball in the defensive line, the way that we structure that 4-man press, you need couple more dynamic players in there. Every single one needs to be very dynamic, and they need to be able to work in tandem. And he's just too much of a tree, and he's not in tandem with the players yet. So more games, and then you're a little bit less of the tree, and then you kind of know where you need to put yourself. But he's just not the right fit for what I think Carrick wants to do. And then in terms of changing what we can get out of this game right now, it's best to just protect or stay further in our pitch, make it nice and compact, and then they offer space in behind.
Just keep the formula, sit back and try and hit him on the break.
That goal there, that literally came from Fofana not being on the pitch, because that would have been his man, right? He would have been there to probably block that. And then United took that to their advantage, bro. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do, because if a man's come off and he's about to come back on, you got to play on. You know what I mean?
You got to take advantage of that situation.
You got to manage it. You got to manage it, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be ruthless in those situations.
United, bro, you've said it yourself. You have not been good. You haven't been good, but you don't need to be good against Chelsea, bro. I feel like Man City last week could have actually played another 90 minutes. After that game, smacked us 3-0, they could have played another 90 minutes, bro. We're just weak right now. We're just a weak, pathetic team. Weak, bro. Brentford could have gone above Chelsea earlier, right? Bournemouth are level on points with Chelsea, bro. Everton win tomorrow or even draw, they're above us. Yeah?
If we look at it, as things stand, Chelsea are currently in 6th place on 48 points. But Everton also, as you said, Everton and Sunderland actually could both go above you with a win tomorrow. Everton sit on 47 points in 10th place, and Sunderland in 11th place on 46 points. That just goes to show you how tight it is in and around there. 6th place, which is currently European football, is only 3 points off Fulham in 12th place. From 6th to 12th, there is 3 points in it. This has been one of the wildest Premier League seasons of all time.
This is the thing, though. What do you expect when you haven't won a game since start of March? It's going to catch up. Teams are winning, you're dropping points. Teams are winning, you're dropping points. They're going to catch you.
But just even the wider context of what James is saying, even teams like Arsenal, this is why they most probably are not going to win the league, Newcastle are fighting for their lives. They're only a few points off 5th or 6th. They need the points. I think they've got Newcastle. West Ham are fighting for their lives, can potentially get out of drop zone. It's just 3 points, and then you're 12th, 17th, 15th. You're in there again. And it just makes this league exciting in a way, but very low quality in terms of, the difference between the top echelon teams and the bottom set of teams. But because everyone's still having to play until the very last game of the season, normally you have teams that can just go on holiday. It's going to be the very last game of the season. It just means that it's quite exciting, quite a few games are quite exciting now, and then we're seeing big shocks, like obviously Spurs potentially being banished to the Championship. So
And the thing is, we've still got to play Forest at this place, which is not home, right? We've got to play Brighton as well. They're literally, Brighton are 1 point below us, bro.
Yeah, see?
Well, yeah, as you did touch on, obviously Arsenal have both Newcastle and West Ham coming up. The big one, obviously, the big decider as to whether they will or won't bottle the title is tomorrow's game against Manchester City at 4:30. That is going to be a mouth-watering match.
Yeah.
You have to think if City are to get the win at the Etihad, then it's got to be curtains for Arsenal, no? It's got to be curtains.
100%, James.
Surely now.
Well, yeah, man. I think if Man City beat them tomorrow, bro, they are now in the house, ready to rob the jewelry, yeah, ready to take the food out of the fridge. You know what I mean? Because these men keep leaving the door ajar. They're leaving the door ajar. The robber's walking past, and he's confused. Yeah. He doesn't know which house to rob.
He's smelling the food from the dinner coming through the cat.
Coming through, and then obviously now tomorrow they win. The food is now there. You know what I mean? The door's wide open and they can go inside and take whatever they want, bro. And I'm telling you, their asses are going to fall out.
Drop the shoulder on the dog waiting by the door. Into the kitchen.
The dog, you know what I mean?
Into the kitchen. You know Grab that plate.
I'm telling you,
out
bro.
In the car. Straight down the M25.
I've been very much... I don't trust this City team because I'm yet to see this set of players go on a run. If this was KDB and all them guys in their prime...
You know it's done.
I know it's done. But Arsenal keep... leaving that door ajar. And now I'm like, yo, this is massive, Because if Man City lose, I think that's it, it's done. I think there's not enough games.
I don't know.
I think it's done if Man City lose, bro. Because there's not enough games. There's not enough games, man.
I think they can lose against Newcastle. They're not picking up points at home, Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I think West Ham are fighting for their life. I think if they think they're on the beach come Crystal Palace last game of the season, I think they can lose that.
Yeah, but
they're playing Fulham. They're playing Fulham. Fulham are in fighting for fourth, fifth, sixth.
But my thing is, Man City can literally affect what's going to happen now between now and the end of the season. If they lose, for example, right, they're now depending on these other teams, bro. And Arsenal, man, they'll get their little set piece and they'll stink out the place. They'll get a W. They don't need to play good football at the minute. They just need the wins. So for me, I'm like, if I'm Man City right now, I'm Pep. I'm saying, bro, win. That's it.
No, I'm with you, Don. It's just that forget about just need the wins. So do West Ham. You're missing the point. West Ham are hungrier.
I agree.
Than Arsenal for the win.
And they've given them daggers over the years.
Hungrier.
Well, they're both
Arsenal for the win.
Nah, Newcastle.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
They can't be hungry than Arsenal.
Let me go to the toilet as well. Let me go to the toilet, man.
The space of points are not that big at all. So these other teams can be even hungrier.
West Ham, I would say yes. Arsenal, yeah. Newcastle would not be hungrier than Arsenal because Arsenal are going for their first league title in over 20 years.
If Newcastle don't get Champions League, they're in a big problem, James.
Yeah, but if Arsenal don't win the league, they're in a big problem. But that's football, mate. That's the whole point. I hear what you're saying because it is so tight. I mean, usually at this point of the season, yes, you would get either the teams fighting for their life at the bottom. That would make it interesting. Or the team's still fighting for Europe to make it interesting. But as you said, because it is so close, there's so many teams that are vying for that last European spot, and there's so much money up for grabs. I mean, I think it's 2.6 million, I heard. I believe, feel free to correct me, anyone, but I think it is around 2.6 million pounds per Premier League position that you finish as well.
Wow.
Per position you finish. And because 3 points could be 6 times that up for grabs. You're talking like 15 million pounds worth of difference for one game here or there. So there are a lot of teams still fighting for their life, but it's going to be interesting to see. And listen, City don't have easy games coming up either. I mean, they've still got Everton, Brentford and Bournemouth who are all fighting for Europe, and Villa. So it's not over yet. We will have to see. But the second half has started. We do actually have a super chat coming in for you, Don. I think you're about to get a little bit more stick. He has paid the $4.99. So first of all, W's in the chat for Robertinho. Thank you for the super chat as always.
Go on, Robert.
Oi, man, like what you saying, Scout Don? What you saying, bruv? You man are buns. An embarrassment to the Blue Cartel.
We are.
Big up the shin kicker. Listen to LB next time.
Alright, big yourself up, bro, man. We're bozos. LB was right about Chelsea start of the season, man. We've been so off of it, man.
You have been. Do you think? Well, actually, who is your next game? Actually, let's have a little look at this one. Brighton, of course, in midweek. Yeah. So, do you see Rosinha, with the way this game's going now? Say you lose, do you see him potentially changing the lineup, resting some players for that game on Sunday? Because I've toyed with this idea. Would I want Fark to change some of those players around? Because it's a massive game, semi-final at Wembley. Doesn't 100%. Get much bigger than that. Both of our clubs' only chance of silverware this season. Do you think Rosinha would change things around?
Man. Nah, he shouldn't. And we can't. We can't, bro. Like, we've got no Gittins right now. We've got no Estevao. Highly doubt he'll be available. João Pedro should be back for that game. But these lot have just got to keep playing now, man. There's not many games left to go, James. You know what I mean? Like, playing what? I think the game's on Wednesday. Could you double check what day it is? Today's
Tuesday,
yeah.
So 3 days' time.
See? Like, that's enough time to recover, man. You know what I mean? And hopefully we get the job done and you can start to bring players on and off the bench. We can't be changing the team because we are actually chasing Champions League football. And this is the problem. If they secured it already, we would have been able to do that. But we are literally in a position where we can find ourselves 10th on that, bruv. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, it is true. It is true. I mean, we could still catch you, mate. We could still catch you. Actually, what's the point differential between us? It's only 9 points, mate. It's only 9 points
between Leeds and Chelsea.
Yeah, only 9 points, mate.
I'm confident that you won't catch us. That's just damning.
Might not catch you, but what we will do is slap you straight out of that FA Cup, straight out of Wembley, mate, with your tails between your legs. I mean, that is.
Good benefit.
That's a huge. That is a huge game, mate. That is. I mean, not only for the sake of the rivalry, not only for the sake of the clubs involved, but with Man City versus Southampton in the other semi-final.
There's no rivalry, James.
What do you mean there's no rivalry?
You were talking about
Leeds
2000s.
And Chelsea.
Yeah,
you're talking about 2000s. We're talking about the 1950s, the 1930s, the 1940s.
Times, mate.
We're talking about when we were the big dons competing for everything, and they were in no man's land. We're talking about the 1970 Cup final at Wembley, where there would have been 9 red cards in the space of 2 minutes in today's officiating.
Leeds and Chelsea have
people
have
scrapping on the pitch, and the fact they're meeting again at Wembley after all these years. And it's going to be a huge one because, listen, man, I wouldn't put it out of the realms of possibility for Man City to have a little stumble against Southampton, who have been in phenomenal form themselves. And when you look at it from a Leeds or a Chelsea perspective, the opportunity to play potentially Southampton in an FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, I mean, you're licking your lips at that.
Yep.
And obviously Chelsea needs something to resurrect their season. Mm-hmm. Man City already have a bit of silverware. Leeds, I mean, speaking for myself, I mean, I've never seen my club win a major trophy in my entire life. So just the fact that that's even in and around the equation is tantalising. And we're coming into it with some good form. And I'm licking my lips looking at this from a Chelsea perspective because there's a lot of gaps to be exploited here for you. Yeah, and I would be a little bit worried of Big Dom if I was you.
Bro, everyone knows that we're vulnerable right now. Like, it doesn't take a genius to see it. You know, that's why I said we're going to scrape past Port Vale. When we beat them 7-0, I was surprised.
I would be worried, mate. I would be really worried of Noah Okafor.
Mate, listen.
Absolutely sliding through your defence.
The funny thing is, James,
like an oil on a pan.
When we played you lot at the Bridge, that was one of our best performances before we decided to flipping give away a penalty. We were slicing through you and just mocking it in front of goal. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Absolutely mocking it. And the thing is, we could have...
Well, you actually got a penalty as well that game for a very dubious decision where João Pedro dove to the floor with a little tap on the back.
Man got pushed in the back. Man got pushed in the back. And
like Tom Daly, mate.
There was no need for the guy to even do that. There was no need for the guy to even do that.
How was he playing? How was their manager playing? Because I think against us, he played 5 at the back.
Oh, yeah, 5 at the back.
That's what they do.
Yeah, 5 at the back. Our first full game of 5 at the back was against Enzo Maresca's Chelsea side, and we all know what happened that day. An absolute 3-0 thumping. Tanaka rifling it
3-1.
3-1. Yeah, sorry, forgot.
Neto scored and then shamelessly celebrated like a twat.
But he won't be scoring next week. I can tell you that for free, mate.
Boy,
I won't be scoring that way. I'm telling you, I'd be scared, mate.
I'm at the stage now,
We're in red
James,
hot form. We already saw how we dismantled Man United with no Okafor on that left-hand side.
We need to score.
I'd be very worried if I was you, my friend.
We need to score before the 60th minute, bro. Like, because the longer time goes...
You do need to score quickly, but this is some good pressure. He goes for the Trivela. Caicedo, a.k.a. Roberto Caicedo-less. Didn't quite work. But neither did his shot. But it did result in a corner, though.
Yeah.
Did result in a corner. We'll see if anything can happen for that.
Let's see
Going
what
into the game.
happens.
We'll see what happens. Dangerous corner to be taken
Can we
in.
nick a corner, please?
It's a terrible corner.
terrible.
Straight to Fernandez at the front
Counter-attack.
post. I think that was your mate. I think that was your best
Enzo.
friend. I was Enzo.
Sesko's just making a boring straight
Thought it
run.
was Garnacho. I was getting deceived.
Nah, you don't take off.
Oh, that's a great pass by Cunha.
Good run by Fernandez. He's got options to his left. He's gone for the shot instead.
That was never good.
He did have Luke Shaw there. He instantly goes to apologise to Luke Shaw. 2 hands to the sky. Because he probably
Look at
should have
this
laid
pass.
that one off.
That's
A good
great
back
connected
heel.
pass from Cunha.
Yeah, great back heel from Cunha.
Yeah.
Beautiful flick through. And too many Fernandezes, mate. I'm getting confused with the Fernandezes. Enzo Fernandez, Bruno Fernandez.
Bruno and Enzo. You're calling Bruno and Enzo, man. There's too many in it.
Well, they're both wearing the number 8 shirt as well, so it's
Yeah.
throwing me off. The battle of the Fernandezes.
Man.
Both could have had an assist to their name. It's only one of them that does.
Yep. The best
Was
one.
Bruno.
We need Bruno Guimaraes as well, funny enough. There'll be 2 Brunos maybe at Man United.
Who is the better midfielder, actually? That's a good question. Who is the better midfielder? Let us know in the chat. Enzo Fernandez or Bruno Fernandes? If you don't support one of these 2 clubs by any chance, if you could only choose one of them to have, who would it be? Bruno or Enzo?
That's a great question.
That's just poor hold up, Dilat, man. Poor.
What's a great pass again by Bruno. If Cunha can stretch the play. Go on. Oh,
That's going to be their throw now, man. It's just... Honestly, we need to score before the 60th minute because I can just sense United get another one.
yeah, another one's
I
coming.
can sense United get another one. I just know this team, bro. I know this team too well.
Not if you weather the storm, though. If you weather the storm over the next 15 minutes or so.
Bro, we need to... If we want to win this game, we got to score by the 60th. United will go over draw. They'll be calm. They're still in what? They're still third.
Yeah, they would still be third. They would still be one point above Villa.
I think Liverpool drop points tomorrow as well. So
Here's the good football. Cunha might get another
Well,
one.
top 5 is still
Cunha
enough
might get
for Man
another one,
United.
guys.
good block.
That's
Hey.
cool.
Oh, that's a foul.
He's not, listen, he's on a yellow, you know.
Well, Liverpool, yeah, they might drop
I don't know if- I
points
don't know if-
indeed
I don't
because
know
they've
what-
got a Merseyside derby tomorrow to look
Yeah.
forward to. And if Everton do win that Merseyside derby, they go just 2 points behind Liverpool. And 2 points behind
And they'll be above
Champions
us.
League football.
And they'll be
It
above
will be
us.
above you, yeah. There'll be a little bit of daylight between the two of you.
It's honestly a
It's
chore
tightening
watching
up
that.
there, mate. It's tightening up.
I honestly hate watching my club.
You have to think one of these clubs outside the Champions League places right now might just sneak their way in it.
Yeah.
You have to think it.
It's that close. It's that close.
Yep.
Will it be an Everton or a Sunderland?
It'll be
In their
interesting to see
first
Everton.
season back in the Prem, Sunderland sneak into the Champions League. Would you believe it?
I don't even want to think.
Could it
about,
be
I don't wanna
Brighton?
think about not making it, bro. I'll be honest.
I think
Champions League nights at Brighton.
I think it's
at
well
the Amex.
deserved that we've got so many places now in the Champions League now.
Well, we do have a high coefficient because over the years, I mean, especially over recent years, England have dominated European football, especially the
We won a lot last
Europa
year.
League and the Conference League. I mean, the fact that we had 2 sides who were respectively 17th place and 15th place in the league in a Europa League final just goes to show you the state of the depth of quality in other leagues. And I know people always bring up, oh, but look at the fact Paris Saint-Germain won in the final, and you call French football a Farmers League, or you look at the fact that Bayern Munich are running roughshod over English clubs, or Real Madrid are running roughshod over them. But it's not just about the 1 or 2, it's about the depth of quality in the league. And once you get past the top 3 or 4, the fact that we still have sides from 8th to 9th to 10th that are performing as well as they are in Europe. I mean, even in the Conference League this year with Forest and Villa.
And Crystal Palace were in Europe, I think.
Palace, sorry, yeah.
Look at this guy, bro.
Not
You
Forest and Villa.
You can't
Palace.
even do anything to Dallo. You can't even do anything to Dallo. Just a pathetic excuse of a footballer, bruv. Get him out of here, man. Honestly. And the guy that pushed for him, Win Stanley, get him out of here as well, bruv.
Oh, beautiful header. Great ball into Delap. He just about gets a bit of contact on it straight off the crossbar. Could rebound
Caught
here
life
with
there.
another attack with Neto. Dinks
Good
it
ball.
forward to him again.
Good touch.
Very good touch by
let him
Delap,
turn.
who cuts inside, goes for the shot. And it's dealt with, but only as far as a Chelsea corner.
All our best chances have come from Neto, to be fair. They've all come from Neto.
And we got another super chat coming in from user NP6WR3NW3L. Shout out to you, W's in the chat. For that geezer, I'm just going to have to say, I can't repeat that name. Don, are you still a Blue Co puppet?
I was never a Blue Co puppet. That's just a fake narrative online, bro. If you actually watch my content, you'll know I've been talking about getting experience in that from ages. I've been cooking these guys from years ago.
It has been. Well, as long as I've known him, he's been very much against the regime, shall we say, at Chelsea, as a lot of Chelsea fans are.
There's a narrative, man. It's a fake narrative online. Because I say I like certain people they've signed, it means I like everything that they do. It's lies. It's lies, bro. I've criticized these guys from day one. In fact, I even did a stream the other day on my channel showing receipts from when I first started YouTube about 3 years ago.
That's kind of how things work. There's not a lot of nuance in today's society, in anything, whether it's politics, sport, anything. There's not a lot, especially since the past 3-5 years, since another secondary explosion of social media since the pandemic. There's been a real lack of nuance.
Yeah, I'll say I like players they've signed like Anselmino or Gil or Esteval. It now means that they're ready to be playing for Chelsea week in, week out, bro. That's what it means to these guys.
Well, to be fair, the fact that you like Mark Gui as a great signing is probably very questionable, I'd say.
I like Gil. Gil was good, man. But obviously he never plays. He's our third choice.
Is he good?
He is.
Every time I've seen him, he has been bang average. Average.
He's not had a run of. I don't know what you expect man to do if I get microwave minutes, bro. I can't remember the last time I saw him.
But some of the sitters he misses, his quality in the final third. I've seen him miss it. I can get you a good few still images of this guy with the goal just
against who?
Gaping.
I don't know, man.
Mate, a lot of them were from months ago. You're asking me to bring up specific case examples.
Yeah, I don't know about.
What do I look like? I have these all down just on a memory reel in front of my. I'm looking through them.
He barely plays. He should remember the games he's played. We don't see this guy.
Well, I don't have a Mark Gui poster on my wall tracking every single game.
I can't remember the last time we saw him. I can't remember the last time we saw him, bro. You know what I mean?
Where did you guys buy him from? Barcelona?
We bought him from Barca. Yeah. Good touch, Enzo.
Well, they sold him this summer. And then brought him back. Well, they sold him on loan to Sunderland and then brought him straight back because Delap got an injury quite early on into the season.
Was that a handball? They're not going to check it.
Here is Mbuemo on the counter-attack, though.
The ref looked confident.
Gives it out to Fernandes on the left-hand side. Toying around. A little bit slow from Man United, trying to bring the shirts forward. They're not trying to commit too much forward here and leave vulnerable space on the counter-attack. Yeah. Very cagey in a way from Man U. Trying to see out the game, and that is a horrible cross by Dallo.
If United score again, like these lot will just drop their heads and they'll probably even score another one. It will just be game done.
Oi, Robertinho with another super chat. Big up the Gazer. W's in the chat for Robertinho. Big up the B-Tech Jason Momoa. I presume that's me. Thank you very much. I'll go for B-Tech Roman Reigns. I'll take that one instead. Big up Leeds. Big up Leeds indeed. Also, Marcel, you man are still buns. Finishing under City for 13 years running. Pipe your dusty selves down.
You finished behind City for 13 years. Raw. When you break it down
like that.
He's breaking it down.
He's being real.
Are you picking up what he's breaking down? That's the question.
He finished below City
you picking
for 13 years.
He's putting it there. It's just whether you're going to pick it up or not.
Big up to yourself as well, but like, you know, it's difficult right now. We're in the process of trying to get back to the top, you know. And obviously City have got a machine right now in terms of, you know, how they spend, how they structure the club.
What's going on? Where's the midfield? Where's the midfield,
Trying to get back up to the top. Here is Fernandes again, and it's drilled pass.
Gotta do a reverse pass.
Mate, Man United trying to get back up to the top is like you trying to climb up Mount Everest in those Hilton slippers, mate.
Lovely
Ain't going to work, my friend.
Lovely football. Go to the other side now. Flipping hell, Neto. Check your shoulder. Man, this is just pain.
That's a great.
Here is Fernandes. Out to Cunha on the left-hand side. Couple of options peeling away at the back, but unable to find them. Good defending there from Chelsea.
Now, what's going on there?
Everything that Man United have levelled at them so far in the second half, Chelsea have been equal to.
That's not even a foul, bruv. That's not even a foul. Yeah? He's just weak.
And as always, thank you very much, Robertinho. Appreciate the super chat and
big up
the kind
Robertinho,
words as well. So Toby's in the chat for him. For yourself.
Big up
sorry.
Robert, man.
Big him
Robertinho.
up.
Yeah,
Robertinho.
Robertinho.
He added it in, give a little bit of flair, a little bit of je ne sais quoi.
Robert, tell us.
Oh, got another super chat flying in here as the ball flies over to Delap. Hang on a second there. We could have a goal to talk about before we get into that.
Hopefully
it is
not.
Garnacho on the left-hand side. Takes it
Oh,
past
no.
his man beautifully, gives it to Enzo, who cuts it through. Too slow from Cole Palmer there. No ice cold Palmer today.
Someone needs to just start shooting and taking, literally just run at them, bro. Win some fouls.
Oh, Gusto!
Oh, flipping. Oh, that's too casual.
Mucho gusto.
casual, bro.
Beautiful drill ball in. It didn't look like what he should have done there. I was expecting a little looping one back sticks. He's
Bro,
whipped
what's he
over it.
doing?
I don't think
Casual
Cole Palmer
finish.
was expecting it either. He's drilled it straight into him.
I think he tried to finish that first time. I'll be honest, man. I think he tried to finish that.
He did,
Palmer.
he did,
Yeah, I
he
think he
did,
tried
yeah.
to finish
Oh yeah,
that
he
ball.
did.
was very
I just
relaxed.
don't think
Corner.
he expected the ball to come in. I think he was expecting a little dink over the top as well.
He had enough time
and then
though, to bring it down.
That's a bad part.
No, that was a quick one. It drilled into him at pace. Here's Cucurella. He's got two options. Eden
they're just-
Hazard with the
they're
ball
just
outside the box.
They're sitting behind the ball, bruv. You need to create chaos. We're not creating chaos.
Need to create orchestrated chaos. Orchestrated. And one man who could do that is Viva Garnacho, who gets it on the spin again. Little 1-2, but unable to get on the end of it. Kobe Mine, who's level to him. And Garnacho presses him out of existence. Good press here from Chelsea, though. Very good press. Winning the ball back very high up the pitch. Super chat coming in from Sir Roman Abramovich with the $2. Answer that super chat, Don. Are you blue coat in or out? I think he...
Don't ask me stupid questions.
Oh, I
man.
didn't. Did I not read
watch
out?
my-
Sorry, I
go-
apologise. I didn't read out the second super chat.
Go watch
so
my-
I did not. That is my fault. I apologise. There was another super chat coming in saying, "Are you blue co in or out?"
I've said many.
So,
I've said many times now.
my
I'm
apologies.
I am blue co out, bro. I've been cooking these guys. I've been crashing these guys. You're not watching my content. Clearly, you're not watching my content. Because if you was, then you would know my thoughts on the ownership right now.
But everyone's vexed that you didn't go to a protest or something.
Yeah, man. It's like, okay, why didn't you go then? Am I the king of the fan base then? Yeah. If I went, that means that they're gonna leave now.
Oh, it's a problem, guys.
You are the don of the fan base.
Yeah.
It's a problem, guys.
Clearly.
Oh, here we go. It's Bruno Fernandes. He picks the ball up on the outside of the 18-yard box. Ooh, bit of Gary Neville in your voice there as the ball flicks off the defender, off the outside of the post. That was almost a very deceptive one for Sanchez to deal with.
Yeah.
You're thinking he should have probably cut that again onto his
he
right
had to
foot
deal with
and
that, he
then
had to
gone for
deal
the
with that.
shot. He tries to flick it back instead to Casemiro. And it's deflected all the way up. And it was
No, that was
curling
going
in, to
in,
be
bro.
fair.
Yeah, it's a
It
good
was
save.
curling in. Who does it flick off there? That's
Fofana.
a really awkward one off Fofana. Yeah, it is.
That was going in. Good save.
And it was
Sanchez.
just curling in off the inside of the post there.
They're gonna score this, by the way. They're good on corners. Watch.
Why
Fernandes is on the floor. He looks like he's about to cry as well. Fernandes has been
Watch
shoved
this
to
goal.
the
Watch this
floor.
goal. Watch this goal. Watch this goal. Watch.
It would be nice if Sesko gets it or Mbeumo, like you said, but
I'm 80% sure you score this, or you make Sanchez make a save.
Bruno hasn't been given a good delivery of late, so...
It's gonna change now. Watch.
No,
Oh, it's
here he
Brian
is.
and Mbeumo.
okay.
Yeah, it's Brian.
We dealt with it.
Yeah, it's a bad...
Absolutely terrible corner.
Yeah.
Can't make it past the first man, but he does have a second bite of the cherry here down the right-hand side. Cole Palmer tries to close him down, is unable to do so. He skins it past him. But again, the delivery flatters to deceive for Man United, and Chelsea now with a decent opportunity to counter-attack here. Down the left-hand side, Enzo Fernandez picking the ball up with a lot of space to run at. Neto now. Can he switch the play all the way across? Yes, he can. Cucurella with the opportunity to drive in there. And
No, we can't.
no,
bro.
he can't. You thought he could. But it
Damn.
ended up whistling nowhere near his man. But here he picks it up again, Pedro Neto. Opportunity to drill it, which he does.
Listen, they're
Only
getting
as far
chances.
as a Chelsea corner.
They're getting chances again, James and Don. Look,
They are getting chances
they're getting
again.
chances again. It's just
Chelsea starting to grow back into the game.
The clear-cut ones in front of the goal. It's Manchester United. You know what I mean? It's Manchester United that get those, and
They are starting to grow back into the game, are Chelsea.
We'll see.
Inspiring signs, Don?
It's huffing and puffing, man. Nothing I ever seen before.
Nah.
Not convinced. Let us know in the chat, though. Are you convinced by Chelsea's turn of pressure here?
Oh, no.
The turning of the cogs as the ball bounces around pinball style in that 18-yard box. Things are happening, as Jermaine Genius once said. What about yourself, Marcel? Starting to feel the pressure of the changing tide? And if so, would you look to the bench? Mason Mount, Agate both sat there.
Or again!
As I look to the bench too early, the ball is thrusted straight into the box off the crossbar by Fofana.
What's the ref doing,
He
bro?
tries to get back quickly. And now it could be Man United on the counter-attack. The game's really opening up now for both sets of teams. Luke Shaw with space to run into. But he's not sure about that, so he does turn back.
Who headed the ball
and the
just then?
attack is gone.
That was Fofana, innit?
Fofana, I think.
Yeah, it was Fofana off the underside of the crossbar there. And that's twice that's happened for Chelsea in the second half. First one, Delap. Second one, Fofana. Things are starting to work for Chelsea. But Man United could put that all to bed if they were to sucker punch them with a goal here.
Great turn. Great. Still got it. Yeah.
Muto does
James,
not know how Chelsea will score.
The fact that we've had two identical chances that have hit the bar, that literally tells you we are not winning this game, bro, and we're not gonna come back. You know, there's certain you play FIFA, innit? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, there's certain games on FIFA you just know from the first half you're not winning. You hitting the bar, everything. Every time you tackle the player, the ball goes to them.
The scripting is in.
Scripting's mad.
The scripting's in.
Is there. We are not winning this game, and we're not coming back, bro. We are losing. Like I said before the game, we're not winning. Right? We're not winning. I know this team
knows them all too well. Well, you never know.
We're not winning.
You never
bruv.
know.
Look at the time's going. You're not playing well, but look at the space that you're getting sometimes.
Sprucing it up a bit. Bring Esuga on the midfield.
I want Ahmad
Give a bit more legs, a bit more energy in there.
I want Ahmad on the pitch because I'm getting a bit worried. We need Ahmad. I need Ahmad on the pitch.
I don't know what more solutions. I don't know what more solutions at this point because it's not even so much our midfield. It's our attack's not really.
Well, the only attacker you have on the only real creative or lethal attacker, for want of a better word, that you have on the bench is Mark Gui. Potentially, you could see him being thrown on here in the last 20 minutes or so because Delap, aside from his header, he's had a couple of decent touches as well, to be fair, but hasn't been too involved as of late.
It's a double deflection.
Yeah, let's see this again. Fofana, great running. It's straight off his head. That would have been a complete own goal, to be fair.
Yeah, hits off Mazza.
Straight off Mazraoui. And here Chelsea come again with another attack. Could this be the one, Don? He takes it past two. Delap with the diagonal run, trying to get the ball. Unable to do so. Great marshalling by Dallo to keep it away. But Enzo Fernandez wins it back up.
Ooh.
High up the pitch. High octane football from Chelsea. Garnacho tries to create something. Unfortunately, no one in the box again for Chelsea, but this is inspiring stuff from Liam Rosinha. Inspiring, Don. I mean, this is edge of your seat action right now. Tantalizing. The calm before the storm is what people were saying in the opening exchanges of the second half. And boy, are we in the midst of a hurricane
and this is why I said it's very important that we score first, because we're not scoring anyway. But now all United are doing is just literally, they've dropped their line even more.
But it's played straight into your hands. It's played straight into Chelsea's hands here, and they have a dangerous free kick right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Marcel is sweating right now, I can tell you.
I can't remember this is a Palmer one. This is a Palmer one. That's on the left side, right? Palmer should be taking this here. That's the keeper's right.
It should be. I mean, you can have a look. A little naughty one there. The knee on the side of the shin. As they show this again, it was a handball by Fofana. He didn't even head it on.
What's going on?
Nah, it came off Mazwari. That wasn't even a Fofana.
That's a handball, Don.
Yeah, this is Palmer.
No, it was a complete. If
if
that did go in, it would have been disallowed, you have to say, because he did just.
His hand at it. He tries to do the hand of God thing.
This guy just looks like a librarian, innit?
He did just punch it straight onto him.
Lamas librarian, bro. Oh, actually, Enzo could. Yeah, actually, that's more Enzo, I'd say.
Nah, Enzo had the chance already.
Cole Palmer gave the last one to Enzo. Yeah, I don't think he's giving this one. It is Cole Palmer. That is even worse. That is even worse.
Oh, my days.
That is I mean, that is below the belt level. That
could've
didn't even
got
get
straight
anywhere
away.
near going over the
Was
wall
that
from
even a
Palmer.
shot?
He took it way too quickly. He didn't compose himself. He didn't stand back, give the little aura run. He just went straight up and just smashed it straight into his
Neto-
legs. But here's Neto, who runs Chelsea another corner here.
Neto's been probably our most dynamic attacker, bro. He's created the best chances for us. 3 chances, in fact. You know, like,
Nah, I got the ball first.
good link-up play from him on that side. And if you're a Chelsea fan in the chat, you know, yeah, if Neto's been your best attacker, then it's a problem. It's a big, big problem, bro.
Very big problem. They haven't.
Carrick needs to make some subs. We need to make some subs, add some energy into the team.
Time's just going now, bruv. Time's
Yeah?
just going
What
now.
subs would you
Another
make?
poor corner.
I think
Oh, hang on a second here. Garnacho with a great chance to level it.
Casemiro needs to stay on the pitch. He's just always in the right positions. I think Sesko's obviously a good threat in terms of set pieces and in the air, but I would rather Brian stay up front and then put someone else out wide. You know,
So who would you take off?
I would take off Sesko for me right now. But you might want him for high.
Bring Xerxes on?
No. It's Ahmad. Is Ahmad available? He's on the bench.
No. Sorry, he's on the bench.
yeah.
Ahmad is on the bench.
Yeah, so I would put Ahmad in. Ahmad needs to come and join the pitch. And take off Sesko. But Sesko's aerial threat. Is he going to win this? No, that's Brian.
Casemiro, for me, has looked a little bit leggy over the past 5 to 10 minutes, I would say.
Enzo got the ball.
I would potentially look at that as an option.
That are just in the right areas, though.
He is, but he's also costing you right now and allowing Chelsea to get in the right areas. He tried to get a free kick there, was unable to do so, and is now back on his feet. But he cuts a very lethargic figure right now, does Casemiro.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo are really having a lot of joy through there. You do have Agate on the bench, obviously. From a Chelsea perspective, however, not really a lot of quality on that bench, as we said. Really just Mark Gui, Lavia and Asugo from any kind of advanced areas, if you can even call Asugo or Lavia advanced areas, because they're both more sitting midfielders. It's really just Mark Gui. Would you throw him on, roll the dice?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The famous last words of a defeated man, by the looks of it. A man who came in smelling amazing, it has to be said. But now his team are really smelling the roses and seeing the roses. And it's the Lancashire rose today that is prevailing strong in London. But it was the Yorkshire rose on Monday that proved the strongest.
I didn't want to be right today, bro. I didn't. But
He wasn't left either. But his team were left. Left for dead.
we're just gonna be left behind, bro. And if Liverpool win tomorrow, boy, dark. Like I'm at the point now where I'm actually hoping Villa win the Europa League, yeah, and we finish in the top 6, because then Champions League goes to 6th. If Villa win it and finish in the top 6 or top 5 even.
Mm-hmm. Well, 6th place still. I mean, you'd still be in a real tight battle for top 6 Champions League. I can tell you that for free, mate. I can tell you that. One win from Everton and you're straight out of that top 6, you know? And you're only tied on points with everyone in and around there. Bournemouth, you'd have to presume, would probably lose midweek anyway, so that's probably going to be a breather off your neck.
Well, you presume that? Mate, they've got 12 games unbeaten.
Well, they are coming up against an absolute red-hot Leeds United on Wednesday,
play
which
Newman,
is
yeah?
what
That's why he said that.
lead
That's
the
why he said
public
that.
to believe such a thing.
That's why he said
It's
that.
not me that's saying it. I'm just going off public sentiment right now. You know, I got ear to the grapevine.
Look how deep their line is now. All because you let them score first, right? You've made life hard for yourself again.
Yeah, this is what I said we needed to do, you know, to get our next opportunities. We'll get a couple chances from this, maybe 2 or 3 more chances, and before the game's closed out. And
You're skating on thin ice right now, mate. You're skating on thin ice. Chelsea coming forward again and again with a tirade of pressure, but unable to create anything
what we
great.
Doing, though? Like, this is what I'm saying, James. We're not maintaining any real
Oh, here we go. This could be the chance. Oh, Caicedo, sorry. Garnacho goes for an overhead kick.
He kicked his head.
In what world? In what world was that the right decision? In what world was
Garnacho
that the
and
right decision?
Cucurella both going for overhead kicks,
Yeah.
and Mazraoui has now been
Kicked in the
absolutely
head.
booted in the face.
Yeah, by
I think one of them
Cucurella.
thinks they're James Justin trying to do an overhead kick like that. Unfortunately for Chelsea, unlike James Justin's
Look at this.
phenomenal overhead kick earlier on,
That's very
no
dangerous.
quality on it today. I don't know why he's gone for that there. I don't know why Garnacho's gone for it. Again, poor communication, because you gasped as that ball was pulled into the box there. You had 4 or 5 Chelsea shirts. I think it was Enzo, Palmer, and Cucurella all stood around it, and then Garnacho flies in with an overhead kick. I mean,
in what world is that the right decision to do that?
No, it's not.
In what world, broski?
I think he should have left that for Palmer to chest it down, run on the outside, and try and get a ball in.
Bring the ball down, go on the outside, and then just finesse it.
Yeah.
Like he could have literally created a chance for himself, and he's blown it by trying to do the extravagant. You're trying to get. Did he win the Puskas before? He won the Puskas, innit?
Yeah, doing that overhead
Trying
kick
to
when he
win-
was
trying to win
playing
it
for
in
these.
Same area, in that same area against
Allow it,
Everton.
man. Like, come on.
It was a little bit
pathetic,
further
bro.
out even against Everton.
Yeah,
They're
it
the-
was. Yeah.
They're the sort of things that you do when you're winning the game by a few goals, not when you're chasing the game.
He's a highlight reel player. Is Viva Garnacho.
No, man. It's just honestly.
Oh, Sesko.
He wanted something to silence the Man United fans, who will be giving him
touched by
a plethora of
Bruno.
stick right now. Enzo is limping. Actually, that's good news if he is, from an unbiased perspective. From some people, maybe, might say.
Now we're just slowing the
That
game
on
down.
Sunday.
We're just slowing the game down now, managing
Actually,
the
I haven't
tempo.
even been looking at it from that aspect. Yeah, go on.
Just
To see a
slowing-
couple of naughty challenges going in.
No, we're not doing that.
Why not? Help a man out. Help a boy out. After we helped you lot in your crises the other day. Chelsea watched Spurs wanting to lose games to hinder Arsenal, and now it's the butterfly effect, just to do the same things themselves.
I didn't want to lose that game, so you can take me out of that. Oh my god!
Imagine no UCL with all that money spent.
That's a great
£250
pass.
million pounds in
That's good
losses.
football. It's
good
3v2.
point.
It's a 3v3.
It is a
right
3v2.
now.
It's Mbuemo on the counter attack.
Brian,
it's dealt
but
with
look,
well.
Bruno's there to come and look.
Dealt
Brian's-
with
nah.
well. Hato with a great
Take him
interception in the end. He's pulled his socks down. Doesn't look like he's even got any shin pads on underneath there.
Game's opened up again.
But that was a great chance for Man United to make it 2 there. Real squandered opportunity. And now Chelsea come forward with an attacker themselves. It's Pedro Neto again. Gives it out to the right-hand side. Good cross by Gusso, but
in the
not
right spot.
quite grasping the quality that is needed there. Not quite creating
that was
that killer
chance,
ball.
you know, from the counter attack.
Very key chance there. That would have killed the game off, you'd have thought.
I honestly feel sorry for the likes of Hato. Hato has been good for so many games now, but we can't really talk about it because we keep losing.
I think
that
your
was-
whole
that was
team
him
have
good
been
again.
pretty. I mean, you've been the better side today by far, in my opinion.
By
Just
far?
really unclinical. Well, you created
but United-
a hatful of chances in both halves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but bro,
it's
it's
a
not.
dirty
It's
foul,
not.
you know.
The second half, it's
That's
been
a dirty foul on
You've been
Aiden Heaven.
creating at will almost in the second half, but just not great chances. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. They've been
No
half. They've
great
been half
chances. Half chances, yeah.
We've created the better chances in this game, correct? But we haven't been clinical, bro. And United right now, they don't need to come out and play. They are trying to get the 3 points quickly because they are winning the game, bro. Yeah, sit back and just take it like this. If I went Old Trafford right now, I would be happy if Chelsea played how they're playing right now. Yeah, we haven't, bro.
Well, it's 1.47 XG for
Look at
Chelsea.
this. Look how pathetic that defending is.
It's hard to defend it. He's putting his the body.
Marcel, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It is. Listen, when you can see a man's about to get the ball like that, there's only one thing he's gonna do. He's gonna try to roll you. If Garnacho stood off of him, he would have gone and got the ball in the space that Bruno was gonna go into, bro. There was only one thing Bruno was gonna do there. That's just poor football IQ, bro. He's gone straight into him. Oh, surprise, surprise! You get yourself rolled. What are you doing? What are you actually doing?
if
He
you
got
stand
rolled
off
like
him,
Greg's.
if you stand off him, then he gets the turn maybe.
No,
and then make
if
the more threatening pass.
What you've got to do there is you let him turn, but you go, you predict what he's about to do. You go into the space where the ball's about to go. You go there. So when Bruno tries to turn, you're the one that's winning the ball. What Garnacho did was go for Bruno rather than going into the space. There was only one thing the guy was gonna do there, bro, and that was it.
And he did. And the goal scorer from that eventual move was Mateus Cunha, who has just been replaced by former Chelsea boy himself, Mason Mount. Chelsea themselves have replied with a change. Josh Achiopong coming on for Malo Gusto. If we look at the stats, I mean, it's quite alarming, really.
That must have been wrong. They just put Delap's name off, but he's on the pitch.
Yeah, it wasn't Delap. It was Achiopong who came off. And Trevor Chalobah also has replaced Wesley Fofana. So Achiopong and Chalobah on, and Fofana and Gusto off.
Josh is at right back, and he's not good at right back. He's very fragile there, bruv.
But the stats, I mean, if you look at those, 19 total shots for Chelsea, 4 for Man United, 1.47 XG to 0.29. Three shots on target to 1, 33 touches in the opposition box to 7.
That's a great one too with Bruno.
But James, I'm telling you, the game would have been different if we scored first. Then they would have had to come out and play. They haven't had to come out and play. They haven't had to, bro.
No, they haven't.
They're just sitting back and waiting for us to make mistakes.
And they're catching you on those
transitions
on the transition big time. Yeah.
Now we've defended the transitions well, to be fair to us, but we need to score.
Well, this is a dangerous transition for Chelsea now. Down the left-hand side, it's Viva Garnacho standing up his man. Beautiful step over, runs inside, and that's a clean challenge.
It's a goal kick as well.
Clean challenge there.
It's a goal kick as well, you know.
You have to say that's got to go out for
he's felt
a goal kick.
He's got a bit of cramp though, but it's a great challenge. Look at this.
That Mazraoui there stands his man up perfectly, and it's a beautifully timed challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, it might go out for a goal kick,
Yeah, goal kick as well. Beautiful work.
Straight off the ankle of Garnacho.
Well done.
A little bit slow there. If you're going to do the step over, you've got to burst out, get your body in between the ball there.
He hasn't got that burst, has he? Because he's pathetic.
It's just obvious. It's just obvious. That's his like trademark move there.
I swear to God, I'd rather have Okafor, bruv. Yeah?
Yeah, that might you'd rather have. First of all, pronounce his name correct. Okafor, the geezer.
Okafor. I can go through
2 goals at the Stretford end. Who wouldn't rather have Okafor? What kind of statement's that? You're talking about one of the greatest wingers in the league right now. 4 goal contributions in the last 2 games. 2 at the Stretford end. Yeah?
He looks like my guy
against
Nini.
These lot.
He looks like Nini, bro. I don't know if you lot know Nini. Chelsea fan. Okafor looks like Nini, bro.
Cold. Ice cold.
Keep it on then, please. He
didn't have
Evans just been sliding everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been.
Oh, here he is. Viva Garnacho again. Stands up his man. Can he actually do something with the ball this time? No, he can't. Need a little bit more explosion from him.
Better get out to him.
Oh, what a strike by Moses Caicedo.
Caicedo's that guy. If
That's
it
what
was someone
just past the post.
What did I say to you lot at half time? I want to see us pamming the goal. Keep shooting.
I think he hits the post.
Oh, no, it hits the steward. He hits the steward, not the post.
It's going to clink the post now, watch.
No, it hit the steward, mate. It went past the post and rifled the steward right in the back. Poor geezer.
Yeah, that's what they've been showing him right now. They've been showing him.
They are.
You know what I mean?
Now he's going to come off with an injured rib as well.
They better go bring some stewards from the back, bro, because I won't be surprised if one Chelsea fan just tries to jump on, yeah, and tries to fight all these players, bro. Yeah?
Oh. It's still 6 minutes to go. But one in the chat right now, if you can feel something happening in these last 5 minutes. I don't know
2-0
the way the game is going, I can just feel a bit of drama coming in these next 5 minutes.
Off the counter-attack.
Something big is going to happen.
We've got interchangeable front line now. Interchangeable front line, dynamic. It looks like 2-0 United at this point.
Marcel believes it will be a sucker punch.
Yep. That's it.
Don looks like he's been sucker punched.
Oh, that's great.
And me, I believe there might be something in this for Chelsea. They've been pounding at the door. Will they finally break their deadlock.
Yeah, but we haven't really made Lahrmans make any saves. Like, our shots have been off target, majority of them. And then even the other ones, they've hit the bar. You know what I mean?
It is true.
Get there, Mason.
But things are happening. It's a good run by Neto. All the way to the back sticks. Garnacho with a fantastic touch. Gives it to Palmer. And again, it's a terrible shot straight into the first man.
That's a man that just came back.
Awful.
Man, he's not doing nothing, man.
Take the header. Get through.
Oh, he's done 3 of them, has he?
Hato, excellent.
Oh, Hato's absolutely skinned him there.
Hato's been so good. He's been so good.
Oh,
Enzo's down.
injured. This
Is
looks
he out?
like he looks in agony. What happened? Why is he all the way over there?
Nah, I think it's just cramp, man. He's been away for a sec.
Why is he all the way over there?
Might be out for the game on Sunday,
it's cramp,
perhaps.
it's cramp. Huh?
Might be out for the game on Sunday.
He'll be there, man. Don't worry about that. Man,
What a touch that was from
jumped up in the air.
Garnacho there. Just so classy the way he pulled it back on his chest there. Sensational
James,
stuff.
aren't you?
Yeah, what even happened?
it's just sublime
jumped and
touch.
landed and done up.
Yeah,
Sub.
cramp, bro.
Asking for the sub.
Oh, that might be a bad one. Look at the grimace in his face.
Yeah,
and
right.
Buemo also.
Homer's gone, bro. Homer's done for.
And Buemo to be replaced by Joshua Zirkzee, who again has had a tumultuous time over at Old Trafford.
I don't know. It's been up and down. I don't know about Xerxes, man.
What have you made of his signing?
He's got technical ability. It's just he needs to maybe, use that technical ability elsewhere. And it's definitely not for Carrick, James. Definitely not the right fit for Carrick. So I don't know what he's going to do with his future.
I mean, at the time he was brought in, obviously you had Rasmus Højlund up front. He's been sent out the door, and the fact you signed someone else to replace him shows that there was no confidence for him to be the starting berth number 9, and I think his performances probably would suggest that also.
Weirdly enough, I would have rather Rasmus.
What, than Xerxes?
Yeah, right.
Oh, no,
now.
100%. I think Rasmus Højlund was a lot more effective. I mean, I don't think he was great for you.
A lot more effective.
But the thing is...
rubbish.
Yeah, but so Xerxes,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we're
if
talking
you-
about
I'm
who
sorry,
are we
it's
comparing him to
poo and
here?
poo, innit?
Well, that's what I mean. Oh, here we go. Here's Cole Palmer. He finds Garnacho again, who's looking dangerous right now. He's looking dangerous as he backheels it straight to a Man United shot. Well, you have to say that Esteval change is really sprucing things up here.
I'm telling
I
you.
need to take it easy, otherwise I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. You know what I mean? I need to take it easy. Guys. Yeah? Otherwise, some of the things I'm about to say, I would have probably been cancelled, bro.
Like I said, I feel
Surely, I'm telling you, bro, go back to Spain. Go back to Spain because you're not wanted here, bro. The Premier League is too much for you. Yeah? The Premier League is too much
Man,
for you.
leave it.
You are weak. You are pathetic. You put highlights on your hair for what, bro? You know what I'm saying? You wear Nike boots for what? You don't take on no one. You can't do anything. It don't matter what level, bro. Championship, Port Vale, Lincoln. You do nothing against these guys, bro. Yeah? Rubbish guy, bruv. Pathetic excuse of a footballer, bruv.
Here come Man United, though, down the right-hand side. Poor cross in. Chelsea defending well. I mean...
We've defended well for the most part.
Defending for their lives. This has been all Chelsea today in this second half. But you have to say, if Man United are to hold off here, phenomenal. What a phenomenal result that would
What's
be.
he gonna do now? You don't even look. No one even stands up when he gets the ball, man. No one even stands up when he gets the ball, man. Don't get me mad, bro. Don't get me mad out here, man.
Or a senior shaking his head.
Passing it to his old teammates. He thinks he's still in the United shirt. Garnacho.
Look at Buddy
He's been doing that all game, mate. He's doing that all game. I don't know what he's playing at.
Oh, Fernandes.
Man of the match goes to Bruno Fernandes for his assist, I guess. I wouldn't say he's... Aside from that, I mean, you can't really give it to a Chelsea player, so yeah. Best Man United player on the pitch, Bruno Fernandes. Would you agree with that?
£175 million player. Bruno Fernandes, I mean, there's just no mistake. Always going to produce a quality moment within a football match. The game's not been, full of high quality in terms of what we've produced, but, the best moments have come from Bruno Fernandes.
Well, and as you say, that win would put you right in and amongst it. 58 points now, with Chelsea currently in 6th place, would be on 48 points. That would give you a 10-point gap to retain those Champions League places. You'd have to say it's surely done after this now.
Thank you very much.
They're gonna
Surely
it's
signed,
done, it's
sealed,
done.
delivered.
It was a 6-pointer. It was a 6-pointer, bro.
No, I mean for Man United, surely after this, I mean this is a humongous result if they're able to get this off here. That's got to be Champions League places confirmed for the season.
And their record at the Bridge is poor. Like, this would be a win that they don't really get at the Bridge.
Fact.
The record at the Bridge is shocking. Yeah.
And you know, I have said Chelsea have been the dominant side, but I do have to give some credit to Man United here because they've played their game plan well. They stuck back. They didn't commit too many things too early on. They stuck back, waited for their opportunities, and they may have only crafted a few, but when they did, they were lethal and they took it. It was a high quality chance. Great run by Fernandes. Beautiful cross in. Cunha with a controlled, composed finish. And they haven't had to do much after that. Yes, Chelsea have come forward with attack after attack, but Man United have defended well. They have shown a lot of strength and a lot of cohesion at the back. They've been tough to break down because whilst Chelsea have been coming forward a lot, they haven't created a lot of clear-cut opportunities.
Exactly that.
So you do have to give credit to Man United for that one. They've played their game plan well.
Exactly that. And that's why when you're saying Chelsea have been dominant and that, I don't think we have been, bro. I don't think we have been. We've been very much tease, huff and puff, and literally played into their hands. And that's why I said it's important to score first because United will have to come out. We'll have a lot more space, right? We haven't seen a goal since the start of March, bro. Look at this. People thought I was just doing this thing where I was like, oh, you're just saying that. I said I don't care if they've got Mazwari and that coming in. We're not gonna win the game, bro. I said this.
No, I think Liam obviously said you guys are third since he's joined the Premier League, something like that. A couple of games ago, he said that your Chelsea are third if you're counting from when he's joined the Premier League and managed Chelsea Football Club. Liam Rosenior said you've amassed enough points to be third in the league. So
well, they did go on a good run when he first came in. Unfortunately for him, they probably wouldn't be after these last couple of results.
Yeah. So
As they still have a chance to steal a point here, though.
Yeah.
It's Neto, a.k.a. Eden Hazard, down that right-hand side. Flicks it through. Is that a handball by Mason Mount? Yes, it is. He's trying everything he can to pull his old club back into business. Potentially not happy with the lack of game time that he's been getting.
You know what's going to happen, James. We're going to look up. Whoever's going to take this free kick is going to kick it straight into the wall, bruv.
Look at that. He's handballed it and he's gone over to Cucurella, giving him a high five, giving him a little handshake. The fix is in.
Well, this could be the second to last or last action of the game. We don't want to concede here, but
Most likely will be with just 40 seconds left of stoppage time.
a draw brings us back to reality of what could, potentially happen if we don't start winning football matches.
Well, this is huge here. For the viewers watching at home, there has been 4 minutes of stoppage time. We're currently 3.5 minutes into it. Neto with a dangerous free kick right on the edge of the 18-yard box. And it goes over. Everyone is flicked on again.
Great.
And here's Garnacho. Takes it past one. Takes it past two.
No, that's
Still
handball,
going,
That's a handball,
Garnacho.
that's a foul.
Still going.
That's a foul, mate.
And
Bobby.
Kobe Mainoo's taking him down.
That's definitely a foul. That's 100% a foul.
Is it?
Yeah. Of course.
Taking him
I
down
said,
to
is it?
Chinatown.
Listen, I know I've been cooking Shirley, but that's a foul. That's
Didn't
definitely
look-
a foul.
It didn't look nothing.
We're not scoring this anyway.
Well, it was
We
just
won
a
the game.
blind move by Garnacho. They dropped the shoulder and just exploded
Is it? I didn't
into the
see nothing.
channel.
I didn't see nothing there.
Oh, it's generational. Shades of Hazard himself. Go on. Beautiful chance there.
Oh, be careful.
And there was an opportunity to get
Oh my God, just a pathetic cross. Like, what even was that there? What even was that?
pinballed around the
Done.
box. And
One
that
nil.
is it. Close, but no cigar for Liam Rosenior and Chelsea today as Man United run out 1-0 winners at Stamford Bridge. Against the run of play, it must be said, but they played their game plan to a T. And Marcel, you must be absolutely buzzing with that one.
Very happy. Very happy. Look, Cunha's happy. Everyone's happy. Carrick's happy. This is what we needed. We needed, obviously, to get back on the road with 3 points. Leeds was a very bitter one. Obviously, I think we had Southampton or was it Bournemouth before that. Difficult game as well. But we need 3 points, man. I think Champions League is getting very close to secure. The job's not finished, obviously. nowhere near. But you know, we've got another big game as Liverpool's coming up. A couple of other big games as well to play after that as well. So onwards and upwards. We're looking forward to obviously the summer window as well. We need new players. That midfield, you know, even against Chelsea, I feel like they dominated the game because of that midfield. They had a good defense as well, and I think Don will definitely attest to that. But the midfield was definitely, you know, a different level in terms of how they moved and the energy that they had in there. But for this game, we just had to play to win. And, you know, when you score and you got players, Mavericks like Konya in your team, you're going to create opportunities to score, man. You're going to create opportunities to score. When you have Bruno in your team, he's going to take risks. It's going to be opportunities to score. So, happy.
Well, they did come down to that midfield battle in the end. And you have to say, Chelsea, whilst they were dominating it for large proportions of the game, Enzo Fernandez coming off injured, obviously Esteban coming off injured in the first half also for Chelsea. And then you combine that with the fact that, yes, whilst you had good patches in the game, the clinicality wasn't quite there from a Chelsea perspective. You now sit in a very, very dangerous position with Brentford, Bournemouth and Everton all right behind you when it comes to that last European spot. How are you feeling from a Chelsea perspective now? Is this the start of a potential demise or the continuation of one?
You're right. It's the continuation of this demise, bro. I'm numb to this, bro. I'm honestly numb to this. I predicted that United would beat us. I don't even know why I predicted us to score, because it's once again another game where we haven't scored. I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. We're just so weak. We're just so easy to play against at the minute. Again, you kept saying that was dominant and that, but bro, their game plan was perfect. Score first, sit back, and wait for them to break us down. Esteval getting injured is a massive, massive blow, because you're looking at Shirley and Jesus is Lord, bro. I can't even cook Neto today. Neto actually created some good chances for us today, but no one took them. You know, if we scored 2 of those chances, people looking at Neto is left with 2 assists. You know what I'm saying, bro? So I don't know where the next win's going to come from, bro. We've got Brighton next. Every time we play Brighton, you know, we've got this little rivalry with Brighton now. They seem to want to turn into Barcelona. You know, they already beat us at the bridge this season.
Well, you're about their level now, aren't you?
Say that again?
You're about their level now, aren't you?
We're literally their level now. They can go above us when we play them, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we've got Forest after that at home again. And Forest are literally fighting for their lives. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah,
so
seems. I'm
telling you, this is dark. This is dark, man. But everyone deserves this. They all deserve this. The players deserve this. The ownership deserves this. Rosinha deserves this. It's been pathetic, bruv.
At the top of the show, you were talking about, you know, players having to be protecting their value, players going for 100 million guaranteed if you get Champions League. But if you don't get Champions League, do players still have that value? James was kind of speaking to that before. Like, is there an issue there if you don't get into the Champions League,
of
that
course.
You know, players just walk out the club and then, you know, the quality tanks, you start becoming a mid-table side, or you lose value on players, you don't retain the value.
100%, bro. If we don't make Champions League, again, players like Enzo, they might not accept 90 million before, but because we miss out on that Champions League money, they might say, oh, you know what, we'll accept it. And it's a problem when it comes to buying certain players. We're looking at guys like Rodgers and that. Rodgers might look at an Arsenal and say, oh, actually, I'm going to go Arsenal. He might look at Man United and say, I'm actually going to go Man United. You saw what happened with Delap. I know he hasn't been great, but he literally picked Chelsea because of Champions League.
Oh, yes,
missed out on Olise, right? For me, my opinion, because of Champions League. Bayern Munich had it, we didn't. So I don't want to give these guys any excuse to not spend the money this season, because I'm telling you, we don't get it, it will be, oh yeah, we missed out on this guy because we had no Champions League football. We sell a player, it's because of no Champions League football. You know what I mean? So as poor as this result is today, there's still enough games to get it. But do I believe that we will right now, playing like this? Impossible.
Well, and
Impossible.
the fact you still have a lot of the teams around you to play does kind of both play into your favour, but with the form that you currently find yourselves in, probably could find yourselves going against that.
Our form, I think the only teams that have worse form than Chelsea is Tottenham and Burnley, bro. And look what's happening to them. They're getting relegated.
Well, you've got tough games, as I said. You've got Brighton in the league. Obviously, you've got Leeds in the Cup next Sunday. You've got Forest, Liverpool, Spurs and Sunderland all still to play. A lot of those teams in and around you, as I said, with Liverpool and Brighton, those are real 6-pointers. Today was a bit of a 6-pointer that Chelsea have lost. We've got some super chats coming in, though, before we do finish up here. First one from Tim L. Sim. Too close of a win, but I'll take it.
Yep.
With Spurs drawing and my United winning now. I need a Liverpool loss and the epic Arsenal bottling at the Etihad for a perfect weekend.
Big up,
Bruno,
Tim.
It's
what I mean? Like,
big
look,
up.
this is just like result-based analysis because he wasn't even the best player on the pitch. He had the best moment with the assist, but Hato was clearly the best player on the pitch today. But he's not gonna get it because we lost. This is the problem. You know what I mean? I don't know why you're doing all that, Bruno, bro. Bruno had a moment of brilliance, but he wasn't levels in the game, bro. Like,
Don, come
You know what I'm
on now. Of course, it's got to be the team that wins the game that gets maybe the man of the match.
Of course.
So it's Bruno Fernandes, mate. Hato's under pressure the whole game. He's gonna get the man of the match. He's under pressure.
Well, the pressure is on, and the pressure is on the Chelsea board. We've had protests today. We've had the works. We've had everything going on in and around Chelsea, and the demise just seems to keep on going. Of course, let us know your thoughts in the chat down below. It doesn't seem like anything's going to be turning around for them. But before we do depart, Marcel, first of all, thank you so much for coming along with us. What's your final thoughts on Man United's season and the way everything's going? And, of course, let everyone know where they can find you.
We need to get Champions League football, guys. We need to get Champions League football. We need to get Champions League football. We need to get Champions League football. We need a new midfield. We need new fullbacks. We should get Bruno Guimaraes.
Well,
that
we could talk about transfers in the summer. A lot of transfers to be made. But where can the people find you, Marcel?
Mind Marcel, mind_Marcel on everything. Just find, and then you'll see me there. YouTube coming soon, but mind_Marcel. Just find me there. We can have a chat about anything on the
About anything. And I would ask the same question to Don, but I don't need to because I know exactly where you'll find him. Hiding behind any couch, any rock under the sun. This guy is not going to see daylight for days. Not just hours, we're talking days, Don. Finally, just surmise everything that you're seeing in and around Chelsea right now. And, of course, tell the lovely people where they can see you.
Don CFC on YouTube, people. Check it out, man. You know, Monday we'll be back for Blue Diaries. But yeah, I do a lot of shows with Saeed, Midday Live. Me and Rants do a show. I'm usually on the terrace as well, so you can find me on there. But Don CFC on YouTube. I'm pushing for 20k people, man. So make sure that you lot check out the content. Big up Marcel. Obviously, big up James. Again, my record here remains the same, bruv. L against PSG, L against Arsenal, L against Man City, L against Man United, bro. When will it end, Robbie? When will it end?
When will it end? We don't know. But boy, there are still some big things going on this weekend on DR Sports. And as much as I would like to just give my love to the panel, I also have to say I have an immense amount of love to give to every single one of you in the chat. Thank you guys so much for your support as always. If you can like the video, it always does help. And let me tell you something, there's a lot of great content coming in and around DR Sports this weekend. We're talking watch-alongs, we're talking FCM, we're talking the weekend roundup on Monday. I'm sure you want to see a lot of people getting cooked, grilled, sauteed. Any superlative under the sun or adjective that you want to add to that is going to be happening right here in the studio. So as always, make sure you subscribe and tick that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great content that is going on in and around the channel. But for now, though, from Marcel, from Don, from myself, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next time.